Get out.
Yep, you stay in. It'll just be 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Get out.
Go ahead, sit back and relax.
Well, I guess I'll save all this for the DMV. If only they took 10 minutes, am I right? I'm sorry.
Take 5. The stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
Kane's making a play, coming in, shot, he scores! Andrei Svechnikov! My goodness, that's the magic! Now here's a chance up from Yer with a shot on it, Bussey with an arm save to keep it out.
Well, he's moving one way. Did you see the way Bussey cupped that elbow on the short side?
Now Ehlers with a great play at center ice. He'll get it right back for Blake, he'll keep it in deep. Ehlers, Stahl, bingo! Jordan Stahl seals it, what an effort from Nikolai Ehlers, and the Canes go on 2-0.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. What am I going to do for 3 weeks?
Sleep.
Yeah, I say that, but I can't guarantee it.
No. Always good intention.
Man. Great way to go into the Olympic break for 3 weeks. We found out Seth Jarvis was going for Team Canada.
I know, after we had said, yeah, well, the bright side is we don't have to worry about him getting hurt. And that was the first thing I thought of when I saw he's actually going.
Well, it's funny. In my pregame conversation, by the way, it's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. That's Victoria. We're on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Go to YouTube and search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. You can find us. We've got a lot of stuff to do.
It's a Friday.
It is. We have like major events going on.
Yeah.
We've got there's a football game on Sunday. I'm not sure you're aware. The Super Bowl is going to be played again. Patriots and the Seahawks. A whole lot of like NC State and Carolina flavor in the game. Obviously, we have a couple of Drakes that will feature prominently. Drake Thomas for Seattle, inside linebacker, tackle machine, and Drake May, quarterback for the New England Patriots. And we all know what he's about. We'll talk about both today. Dewayne Washington, who was the head coach at Heritage High School in Wake Forest when Drake Thomas played there. And Scott Fowler of the Observer in Charlotte will drop by, and we'll talk a little bit about Drake May as a youngin'.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that went into his development as a quarterback. But there's other really cool things regarding the Carolina Panthers. And we'll get to all of those things throughout the show today. Tedero McMillan, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Luke Kuechly, Hall of Famer. The value of your Luke Kuechly jersey just went up.
I know. Look at that. Let's go, Luke.
You have, is that in teal or white?
Black.
You have, Luke is black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I also have like one of those jersey T-shirts.
Jersey.
Yeah, one of those.
A jersey. It's fine.
That's also in black. So
that's okay.
Both of them went up in value.
I'm a fan of the jersey.
Yeah.
Especially football jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're getting a legit one,
yeah,
we are talking about a lot of coin.
Absolutely.
Yes, which may or may not be the reason I have none.
Yeah.
And my kids have none.
Yeah.
Football jerseys.
Well, they're also not as comfortable. The jersey is more comfortable just to wear during the day.
I actually think a football jersey is super comfortable.
Really? With the itchy patching? Is that because sometimes mine don't come from the right place? Sometimes
I have no idea.
They're a little itchy.
Are they wool? No, I just think that because they've got some weight to them, that they just kind of like fall nicely.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, I mean, I see people wearing football jerseys to games. I mean, I don't, but they look comfortable to me.
Yeah, Well, maybe I just don't have the
I could be
most
wrong.
comfortable.
I could be wrong. Anyway, did the value of that go up?
Man, it was already priceless to me.
There you go. Luke Kuechly in the Hall of Fame. Cam Newton is on the ballot next year. Steve Smith was not a finalist this year. I erred when I thought he was because I just assumed he was, but he was not. And our friend Torrey Holt, who not only didn't get in this go-round, but isn't an automatic finalist next year because he didn't finish in the top 10.
Wow.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
He's an absolute Hall of Famer. He recognizes the wait your turn. It didn't help him that Larry Fitzgerald was on the ballot, just like in recent years it hasn't helped him that Randy Moss or Terrell Owens, players like that, were on the ballot. But there is no new wide receiver super duper Hall of Fame lock on the next ballot. And I believe that Torrey Holt is the best wide receiver on it. And I think he will get in next year. And I am here for that celebration when that does happen. But we have to wait until next year for that. But I was surprised he didn't even finish in the top 10. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff like that. Drake May did not win the MVP.
No.
I don't believe it is the travesty that others do. I don't.
Yeah.
There is the one doofus who voted for Justin Herbert.
Oh, stop.
Right? Well, doofus, yes. But doofus with transparency who at least gave us his reasoning, which, while I think ultimately flawed, at least he backed it up with words.
I respect that.
So, it's Sam Monson, I think, of Pro Football Focus. And he voted for Justin Herbert because he said that with the fact that the Chargers' offensive line was absolutely decimated by injury, and Herbert to still have as good a year as he did means that he was the most valuable player. And I'm like, no, but at least you thought it through.
Right.
I think you're probably trying a little too hard to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't mean you can't say, all right, I'll list him third. Like, I would have voted for Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you absolutely could make a case for Drake May, and people have passionately.
Sure.
I think you could have made a case for Sam Darnold. I actually would have made a very strong case for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Who I think finished fourth.
Okay.
Keep this in mind. Everybody on the 49ers got hurt this year.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Except one guy.
And somehow it wasn't Christian McCaffrey.
Except him. And he started the season, remember, in the preseason, he had a calf injury. And when you hear calf injury, he's going to play. I'm like, oh, no, he's not. He's going to then all of a sudden his calf injury becomes an Achilles tear. He played the entire season and was awesome. He didn't have the best rushing year he's ever had because the offensive line for the 49ers wasn't as good. And when they were missing Brock Purdy, it just knocked their offense back a little bit, even though Mac Jones played well. But McCaffrey was amazing all year long. So, but congratulations to Matthew Stafford for winning, I think, his second MVP. But he also said he's coming back.
Okay.
He'll be back for the 26th season. So
yeah.
I think the Rams probably feel like that this was a Super Bowl that they should have been in.
Oh, yeah.
I think they probably feel that way, even though Seattle has had a wonderful year.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know they're favored to finish it off at the Super Bowl
And their games
level.
this season have just been bonkers.
Yeah.
So
then Seattle can beat you in a lot of different ways. We talked about the Patriots having the ability to just what is needed for us to win. Seattle can win a shootout. Seattle can stuff you in a locker. They can run it. They can throw it. And again, we've talked about this. Field goal, punt. There might not be anybody better in the entire NFL at those two things combined. They are awesome. So the Patriots definitely have their work cut out for them. All right, I am ready to start because I want to start with Broadway from last night.
Let's get it started in here.
I talked about this last night on the Canes Corner podcast, which is available wherever you get your podcasts, and we do it live on YouTube. We got to it at about 10:30 last night. It was very nice to be able to get to it, pretty early. And I was done even putting it together. It was like 11:15. I'm like,
well, it's the same day.
I could go to bed. I didn't, but I could. Anyway, the Hurricanes went to Madison Square Garden, and think about the script that we have already written this year, right? And it's not just about the team. The team is, in spite of what you might read on Canes Twitter, the Hurricanes have had a pretty great first 57 games. Hasn't always been beautiful, but I think it's pretty hard to argue with 78 points at this stage of the season, with all of the injuries that they had to deal with. And I would point out that their number one goaltender wasn't on the roster, wasn't on an NHL roster ever until October 5.
Right.
It is an incredible story. So Brandon Bussey, who grew up on the North Shore of Long Island, 65 miles from Madison Square Garden, who grew up a Rangers fan and a Henrik Lundqvist, freak show.
Yes.
And not an Islanders fan.
Mm-hmm.
He had the opportunity last night at Madison Square Garden in front of Henrik Lundqvist, who he had already spoken to on a TNT broadcast from earlier this year. I think it was the Buffalo game.
Yeah. And Henrik, he had great things to say. Henrik loved his game.
Henrik he loved his game then. He loves it now. And Bussey got to meet him, I guess, after the game. But Bussey, while not super busy last night, made 16 saves, a few great ones in the third period to preserve a 1-0 lead, and pitched his second career NHL shutout. Second of his career. So, this is Brandon Bussey now through 27 NHL starts. These are real numbers. He is 23-3-1 in 27 starts. 23-3-1. He has allowed 2 or fewer goals 16 times in 27 starts, more than half the time. He has allowed 3 or fewer goals 24 out of 27 starts. The Hurricanes' record when they allow 3 or fewer goals, 32-3.
Wow.
When they allow 3 or fewer goals, 32-3. That is pretty stout for anybody. Bussey has done that in all but 3 of his starts. All but 3. He has allowed 4 goals twice and 6 goals one other time. That was the bad start against Montreal. The start we were all waiting for to happen to see how he would recover from that. And obviously, very well. So we've got that with Brandon Bussey and that show at 40 tickets for friends and family. They asked him after the game, did you have to buy them all? He goes, no, my family helped out. Remember, while he earns very good money as an NHL player on the NHL roster, even though it is league minimum, it's still very good money. It is not generational.
Yes. No.
So.
Not yet.
Right, not yet, exactly. And, like, we'd all like to know what his next contract is going to be, and I don't think it will be, like, make your head spin, except he is planning a wedding, and that's what he is doing during this Olympic break. But yesterday before the game, I joked with Rod Brindamore about, are you worried? Because he is, while he loves that these guys get to play in the Olympics, I asked him, is it good for Carolina that Seth Jarvis got called up? He goes, no.
No.
And he goes, it's not good for us that any of these guys are playing.
Right.
Said, but they've earned the right to do that, and I just hope they don't get hurt. That's all. That's all we're saying. And I feel the exact same way. But I joked with him. I said, are you worried that Bill Guerin is going to call and say, hey, Brandon, we need you?
Yeah.
The U.S. is taken care of in net. So there will not be an 11th hour call to Brandon Bussey, who obviously was not part of the USA potential preliminary roster training camp type deal, because nobody had ever heard of Brandon Bussey
no.
back then. But Rod took the question and treated it seriously because that's how good Bussey's been. It's like, well, you know, if she should be on the team.
Right.
So that whole thing. But Bussey was very good last night. 16 save shutout. Seth Jarvis, before the game last night, actually in the afternoon last night or yesterday, the phone rang, and here is his conversation in, I believe it was between the first and second periods, with Hannah Yates on the Hurricanes broadcast on FanDuel Sportsnet.
And I'm now joined by Canes forward Seth Jarvis. Seth, I know that you're a team first guy, and I'm going to get there in a second, but a big congratulations is in order to you. You are officially an Olympian, named to Team Canada this afternoon. How and when did you find out this news?
Well, first, thank you. Found out during my nap. I got a phone call. I didn't answer the first one because I was like, who's calling me right now? Picked up the second one, thankfully, and they broke the news to me. It was, I can't even explain it. It was incredible. Super honored.
Well, we're so happy for you, and it's so well-deserved with everything that you have done throughout this season, throughout your career. How would you describe, if you had to quantify, what this opportunity means to you, Seth?
I don't know if I could. Obviously honored. It's to be able to play at the highest level on a stage like this is everyone's dream. To be able to do it with my family is gonna be fun, but fun.
I'm so happy for you. Congratulations, Seth. I can't wait to root for you out there.
Thank you so much.
Aw, so choked
You
up.
could hear him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You could hear it. It was awesome.
Allergies. Forget it.
Exactly. Who's cutting onions? So the thing about Seth is that if you've ever, we've all seen, a Seth Jarvis interview at some point, and dude doesn't look like he takes anything seriously. It doesn't look like there is an ounce of sentimentality in his body, and it overwhelmed him. It was so cool to see. And, I don't know how much he's going to play. They got 14. He's the 14th forward for Team Canada. Now, they will dress 13 forwards and 7 defensemen for every game. That's the Olympic rosters are bigger than the NHL game day rosters, unless I have bad information there, or just I'm not smart. One of those two things might be true anyway. But so there's no guarantee he's going to play. I'm sure he would at least get into one game, because he didn't play all of the Four Nations face-off games last year. But you know which game he did play? The gold medal game. So somebody who has played in the gold medal game, I would not put past Seth Jarvis forcing his way into the lineup as we get deeper into the Olympic hockey tournament, which, by the way, for the men, we're about a week out. I think it starts on the 12th. Yeah, I think next Thursday is the USA, Czechia. I don't know who Canada plays. No, USA, Latvia. I think it might be Canada, Czechia for their first game. But USA Latvia is the Americans' first game. Americans will also play Denmark, which means that they're going to play against Frederick Anderson and Nick Ehlers. But good for Seth Jarvis for checking that box.
Yeah.
He is.
I have to give him some Flonase or something.
He made Team Canada. All right, so many things. We didn't really get into last night's game. We will. We didn't get into the Hall of Fame just yet. We will. We'll talk about next year's Hall of Fame ballot, which will have Cam Newton on it. We got a ton of things to do, but we've got local flavor in the Super Bowl, so let's do that. He used to be the head coach at Heritage High School, which means, I'm not sure, that he coached the Thomases. Drake.
That's right.
Did you also coach Thayer Thomas?
Yes, sir. Coach both of them.
My gosh. The star maker himself, Dewayne Washington, former Wolfpacker, is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. I know him as a former Pittsburgh Steeler. All right, let's. When you had the opportunity to coach Drake Thomas, who tackles everything in the NFL, did you see like a future like this for a guy like Drake?
I'm going to be honest with you. I did see this. I mean, from the first day of practice, I can remember we were doing a drill and running down on kickoff, and it was just the way he ran down and made the fit-up tackle. I knew it was something different about him. I thought he was an upperclassman, me being a new coach. Come to find out, he was a freshman. This was his first time. And 2 weeks later, he was on varsity, my starting linebacker, and then sky's the limit from there.
A varsity starter at inside linebacker as a freshman? How much smaller was he than everybody else at that time?
No, he wasn't that small. He's pretty much about the same size. I mean, now I think he's maybe 230, 240 now. He probably was, 200 pounds then, which was a good size, for high school. But he still had that same knack and tenacity of finding the ball, just like he does now.
Man, he definitely has a knack, and I think NC State creates those linebackers. Man,
that's right.
It is just incredible. Now, he didn't just play linebacker; he also played offense. How did you balance the two?
Well, you know what? Because he was a linebacker first, but he would always beg me, Coach, let me run the ball. And I knew he would do a great job over there as well. And obviously, the opportunities that we gave him, he did. He always got positive yards for us. Because he understood where the gaps were, being a defender. And he did a great job of running with his knees up, so he ran through a lot of guys.
Would Drake Thomas, the linebacker, have been able to tackle Drake Thomas, the running back?
That's a good one. I'm going to say yes. Because there's no fear with that young man, I tell you. So it would have been a head-on collision, but I think Drake, the linebacker, would have got him.
Dewayne Washington is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show, former NC State defensive back, played with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and coached Drake Thomas and Thayer Thomas, who was a two-sport star at NC State. We're actually going to talk to Elliot Avent about this as well. So here's my curiosity. How much do you think those two brothers helped each other?
Oh, I really think that Thayer helped Drake tremendously. I can remember meeting Thayer. I think he might have been 8 or 9 years old in a gym because my daughter played basketball, and he just got finished doing a workout. And just the focus of the young kid after the workout, he was putting in extra work even at that young age, So I'm pretty sure being the bigger brother, Drake always looked up to him and followed a lot of those traits. And that's why he's where he's at now.
I mean, I can't even process that a workout after a game at age 8.
Yes. I mean, these guys are just so focused. I'm sure they get it from their parents, but from day one, they've truly been focused on athletics along with their academics, and they've done well in both.
All right, we'll close here just in a second with Dewayne Washington, who coached Drake Thomas, who's going to play in the Super Bowl for the Seattle Seahawks. And there's a whole bunch of NC State flavor on both sides of them. I think they're like 10, although some of them are inactive or injured. Or North Carolina's obviously got some influence as well. But, man, it's just the state of North Carolina, especially right here locally, we have a lot of people to root for. If you had to describe Drake Thomas You are writing a 2 or 3 sentence bio of Drake Thomas as a player, as a competitor, what would it be?
Boy, that's a good question. I mean, definitely a fierce competitor that understands the game of football, especially at a defensive level. True tenacity, and just won't quit. He's not a quitter at all. That's not in his DNA. And I look to see him do great things in the future, now and in the future.
Yeah, and it might just happen on Sunday. He tackles everything. Dewayne Washington, I appreciate your time, sir. We will check back in when you go back to coaching, if you ever do that, or when another Thomas is playing in the Super Bowl.
That's right. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Enjoy the game.
I think it's going to be a fun game. I know there's a lot of people that think Seattle's just going to have their way with the Patriots, and they might. I mean, I think it's one of the basically 3 things can happen. The game can be close and can be won by either team. Or the Seahawks could blow New England out. I don't think New England can blow Seattle out. That's the one scenario I don't see.
Yeah. If the Patriots win, I think it will be a very close game.
Oh, yeah.
Down to the very end.
Yep. Speaking of down to the very end, Adam Vinatieri is in the Hall of Fame. I'm not doubting whether or not he was a great kicker, Hall of Fame worthy. But shouldn't there be a little bit of a different kind of way of looking at Hall of Fame kickers as opposed to Torrey Holt? I just to me, I think we should look at kickers like in baseball we look at relief pitchers or we look at designated hitters. Honestly, the only ones that should get in are okay, we can't deny this dude. I don't know. Vinatieri was a great kicker. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't. To me, Torrey Holt should have gone into the Hall of Fame before Adam Vinatieri. That's just me. All right, when we come back, we got a basketball game at the Dean E. Smith Center tomorrow night, right? In Super Bowl week. I'm not sure the ACC was smart to put Duke Carolina during Super Bowl week, but it's not on the same day.
And the Olympics, though. There's so much going on.
There is a lot going on. We're going to talk Olympics later. Brendan Marks from The Athletic will join us to talk about Duke Carolina Part 1 next.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam.
I'm Adam Gold, and I'm there.
Tim.
I'm Tim Donnelly, and I'm there.
Dennis.
I'm Dennis Cox, and I'm there.
Victoria.
I'm Victoria Bodenecker, and I'm there.
Paul.
I'm Paul Eichander, and I'm there too.
You'll find them all here on the brand new 99.9 The Fan app. To work, to school, the beach, the mountains, the arena, take The Fan with you wherever you go. Available for Apple iPhone and Android phones. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. This is my last chance to talk to you about everything that they've got going on for the Super Bowl 60, which is Sunday, just in case you weren't aware. Patriots and Seahawks, also in case you weren't aware. And today's 30% profit boost is focused on the first quarter. Passing yards, receiving yards, rushing yards. Will the Patriots establish the run early? Will the Seahawks get Jackson, Smith, and Jigba going early? The answer is probably yes to all of that. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Lenovo Center, February 21st and February 22nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend Coach Pete. Coach, I said growing up, I want like 5 people in my circle, my board of advisors. You're one of them.
Thank you.
I look up to you. And that's kind of how I should be looking at my finances. I need to get all these bad apples out, all these people, all these negative Nancys out of my friend circle. I need to be doing the same thing with my money.
Mom used to say if you had a bad apple in with the other apples, all the other apples would get bad.
That's right.
And I saw that one time. They all get rotten. So get rid of the rotten one quick and preserve your circle, as you say. The circle gets smaller as we get older, doesn't it?
Yep.
So I am in a lot of folks' circle when it comes to retirement, because I do plans, and when the plans that I put in writing, they actually come true. There's no Cinderella 12 o'clock turning into a pumpkin. We don't have pumpkin plans. We have total Cinderella slipper plans. And so if you want your own plan that gives you lifetime income and puts you in control of retirement, call us right now.
919-794-7900. 919-794-7900. Or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
Organize easy. Organize tough. Customize your work truck or van with upfit solutions from Van Products. Steel and aluminum shelving, toolboxes, data files, cabinets, drawers, conduit carriers, ladder racks, everything safe and secure. Everything built as unbreakable as you by Adrian Steel. Backed by the best warranty in the business. 3 years, 36,000 miles. Everything custom installed by Van Products so you know it's done right. From a single work rig to a fleet, choose custom installed upfit solutions from Van Products.
John Forsland here for my friends at Buffalo Brothers. You know the big game is right around the corner, and it's time to start thinking about big game parties. Don't be that guy that doesn't get the best wings in town. So order your wings today from Buffalo Brothers. Come and get Buffalo Brothers Big Game Special. 2 large pizzas and 20 wings for just $50. That's food for the whole family at more than 20% off. But remember, order today as pickup times fill up fast. Buffalo Brothers. Aw, man, now I want wings.
One Adam. Gold. One Adam. Gold.
Turtle cake? Like, what do we... what?
Isn't that an ice cream?
What? Where's the confetti cake? Because, hello, confetti cake, delicious. With the little, I don't even know if it's real, but the little dots in the icing, like...
None of these are real.
What kind of fake thing that is, but it's delicious. It's my childhood. Like, that wasn't in the top 10. His opinion's invalid to me.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Yeah, we got a Super Bowl on Sunday. The Olympics start. Actually, the Olympics have already started. There have already been hockey games. We had
Go
one,
U.S. women.
That's right. Well, I mean, they owned Czechia. That was
yeah,
a
it's
name.
all right. It's a dub.
Almost every game the women play is a name your final score game until, and I believe they meet Canada in the. They're in the same group because they're only split in half. And I think they did that primarily to make sure that they meet in the final, that they will not meet, unless something goes wrong, that U.S. and Canada will be on separate sides of the draw. Just guessing. And they owned Canada in that rivalry series between the U.S. and Canada earlier. But that's that. We got a Duke-Carolina basketball game, part 1 at the Smith Center. Brendan Marks from The Athletic now has to cover 3 teams because NC State's legit too. And he joins us to talk about Duke Carolina Part 1. Here's my question to you, sir, because I think the Tar Heels have significantly improved over the last several games. But is that more about who they have played than how they have played?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, I do think that, you know, obviously when you're not going all the way across the country, when you're not flying down to Dallas, you know, in our all-coast conference in its current iteration, it's maybe a little bit easier. But honestly, UNC's rotation, the internal improvement, the three-point shooting improvement you've seen recently, I mean, you put it all together, and this team, you know, certainly looks like one that's deserving of being in the top 15 like it is right now, and one that I'm expecting to give Duke a real game, if not to win this contest outright.
Brendan Marks is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. What has been the biggest area of improvement? I know the three-point shooting has gotten better, and I watched against Syracuse, especially Bogovac came off the at some point in the second half. He could have drop kicked the ball into the bucket. I mean, everything was going in, and he was shooting with so much confidence. But other than the three-point shooting, what do you think has been the biggest area of improvement?
Yeah, I think it's the rotation. I think it's the fact that Hubert Davis finally, obviously he first went to Derek Dixon in the starting lineup during the aforementioned West Coast trip against Cal. But that has just paid untold dividends for North Carolina. You look at the on-off splits for the Tar Heels between when Derek Dixon is on the floor and when Kyan Evans is on the floor. And on both sides of the ball, the Tar Heels are so much better with Dixon. Obviously, I'm not breaking any news here. UNC's two best players are Caleb Wilson and Henry Vessar.
Yeah.
But if you do not have shooting around them, and we saw this a little bit on the West Coast trip, we saw this a little bit with SMU, we saw it a little bit with Michigan State. Without the legitimate fear of shooting around those guys, defenses were just packing the paint. And so Dixon provides that. He's much more decisive in terms of passing the ball, moving it, getting North Carolina into actions. And then defensively, he provides a lot more size and fouls at a lot lower rate than Evans did. So I think that single decision has helped a lot of the pieces fit a lot more naturally for North Carolina. Jaron Stevenson, similarly, playing him more as a 4-5 rather than playing him as a 3. His metrics have been much better when he's been playing as a big, which, who knew for a 6'10 guy who's not a great career three-point shooter. But those two decisions have been hugely impactful in my eyes.
Yeah, I go back to me where the turnaround truly began was second half at Virginia, maybe even right before the end of the first half, but the second half at Virginia. And to me, that's Jaron Stevenson and Derek Dixon. Maybe more Stevenson, who had just an incredible second half and really triggered that comeback. And I think you could tell the amount of confidence that he is playing with right now. We saw that even though he didn't have great numbers, if I'm not mistaken, in the most recent win on Monday against Syracuse, I thought he had maybe the biggest impact in a decisive stretch right at the end. I think it was the end of the first half where Carolina turned a tight game into until the crazy banked in 3 right before the end of the half. I mean, Carolina had really opened the lead back up, and I thought Stevenson played a huge role in that.
Yeah, he has, and it's part of a larger conversation about Hubert Davis and his role definition. I mean, that was one of my biggest criticisms of where UNC was earlier this year, was that you didn't necessarily know exactly where all the pieces were supposed to fit, and in the last 2.5 weeks, that has crystallized immeasurably. And, obviously Dixon has grabbed hold of the point guard spot. Again, having Stevenson being able to, play as more of a big rather than just spacing him on the wing where obviously you're not using all of his tools. Him as an offensive rebounder. Look, he's not going to be, a multiple three-pointers a game sort of performer as he was against Virginia, but he can be a really effective backup and complement to both Caleb Wilson and Henry Vessar when he's playing alongside them. So, like you mentioned, Bogovac has started to sort of come into his own. He's finding confidence as that shooter, playing more off ball. Seth Trimble looks like maybe he's behind some of the mental stuff when you come back from a broken bone like he had. I mean, all of the pieces are really starting to fit for North Carolina. And, that's the exact thing that you want to see from a team with this many pieces at this time in the calendar.
Brendan Marks from The Athletic. This is going to seem like I'm just looking at this specifically from a UNC angle. We're going to flip to Duke here in a minute, because when I look at, like a month ago, I looked at these two teams and I said, wow, they really, to me, both have very similar, Achilles heels in that neither, to me, looks great in the backcourt. They're good, but for Duke, I think there is a little bit of a lack of quickness, explosiveness, dynamic offensive ability at the backcourt. And I thought that same thing about Carolina. I think Carolina, with the way Trimble is playing and the way Dixon is playing, UNC might have a little bit of an edge there. And if you can have an edge there, it would mitigate maybe the deficiency, and I'm not even sure it's a deficiency, when you go up against Duke's front line.
Yeah. Seth Trimble has to be the constant for North Carolina in the backcourt. And, for as good as Dixon has been as a table setter and someone who stretches the floor, someone who, provides stability at the point guard position more than anything, it's Trimble who's got to be the guy in the backcourt for North Carolina every game. It just has to be. And especially in this game as the only, Tar Heel of note who has played in the Duke Carolina game before, which is crazy to say.
Right.
But you have to be able to make an impact, and especially, like the on-court leadership, I think, is going to be huge from him in this game. It depends if you count Isaiah Evans in the backcourt at Duke. I mean, his emergence, and I do too. And if you want to talk about, I know we're going to flip to Duke, but I think that Evans is obviously to me, he's a guy again, kind of like Trimble. You have to count on him on an every game basis, and when either of those two guys doesn't show up or defenses sell out maybe to stop them, put a little. For Evans, I think it's maybe a little more strength. For Trimble, it's maybe a little more length. But when you can neutralize them a little bit more, suddenly the offense looks a little more lopsided. But, yeah, certainly for North Carolina, I mean, Seth Trimble, this is an opportunity for you to prove, hey, I'm the senior leader. Yeah. I'm Hubert Davis' only 4-year player, the only guy who's played in this rivalry before. This is our opportunity to significantly move the needle to maybe get back to a top 4 seed line in the NCAA tournament. This is the kind of game that you got to show up for if you're Seth Trimble.
So the reason I didn't necessarily, when I was going through the backcourt thing, I didn't necessarily use Evans in my brain. Not that you could see my brain or anybody else could. It's very small. But is that Evans is not a ball handler, right? They don't initiate offense through him like Carolina will with Dixon and Trimble. Duke will use either Foster or the other Boozer, as well as Cam Boozer, to initiate offense. Evans is more of a catch the ball on the wing, either shoot it or make something happen. And yes, I think Isaiah Evans has to shoot an efficient percentage from 3-point range, because when I look at Duke's offense, if they ever shoot a good percentage from 3, I'm not sure that anybody can beat them. But they don't always do that, and they're still at about 33% as a team on the year, and that's a decent number, but not a great number.
Yeah, and Evans, even if he's not making them, he's got to take them against North Carolina, just because you want to be able to spread out UNC's defense as much as possible and give Cam Boozer work inside. To your point about Duke's point guards, I am 10 toes down for point Cam Boozer. Last year Duke had a 6'9" guy running the point. John Shire's going back to the well. Yeah. And, I forget exactly what it is on a per game basis. My colleague CJ Moore ran the numbers, but over the last, 5-6 games, Cam Boozer's averaging like 4.5, 5 assists a game. And it's not just out of the doubles. I think everybody knows about the doubles. And obviously I think North Carolina is going to send it to him sporadically, randomly, because if you do it on every possession basis, he's just going to, torch you and carve you up. But it's operating out of the pick and roll. It's being a high post hub. It's finding cutters when, even when you're playing one-on-one. So he to me, just his growth as a passer and how much John Shire is enabling him to be a point forward, as more, kind of like Cooper Flagg, but a little bit differently, obviously. I am 10 toes down for that. And I think, quite frankly, it has taken a lot of the load off of Caleb Foster and Caden Boozer and has, probably made their lives a lot easier. And the result has been Duke having one of the nation's most efficient offenses. Yeah,
it's amazing. As efficient as they are, they haven't had the consistent 3 ball. They certainly have taken enough of them. But Evans is still, mid 30s. We haven't seen Harris really get on the court enough to utilize his 3-point efficiency. He hasn't shot the ball well enough, really, when he's had his cameos. But I don't know, maybe Nick Hemenia, who has shown flashes of the guy they thought was going to really kind of electrify the wing a little bit. But I am curious, because I want to finish on this. We talk about Cam Boozer all day long. We could talk about Isaiah Evans. Part of me thinks that Duke wins this game or loses this game, basically, on how well Pat Gongba plays and the impact that Malik Brown will have on the defensive end.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, and somebody asked me, what is Duke's weakness? Where's the vulnerability? And it's not like there are a lot of, chinks in the armor. There's not a lot of openings. Like, there's a reason why this team is got one loss and is, a 17-point comeback and a 1-point loss away from being undefeated.
Right.
But I do think if you go back, and it was definitely more of an issue in the non-conference than of late in the ACC, just because there aren't that many ACC teams with a front court that can go up against Patrick Ngongba and Cam Boozer and Malik Brown. If you can get those bigs in foul trouble, Duke has struggled at times. And you go back and you look, I think, again, Texas Tech, not maybe as much, but Michigan State, some of those other marquee non-conference wins. Duke does not have the depth in the front court that, that it has maybe historically under John Shire. Obviously, all three of those guys, I would say they're probably three of Duke's four best players, those three guys you just mentioned. But if you can get them in a little bit of foul trouble, and I think North Carolina is one of the few teams, not just in the ACC, but nationally, that has a front court that can compete with Duke's. North Carolina is the only team in the country right now with two guys who are averaging 9 rebounds or more a game. They're top 5 in 2-point, defense. Obviously, you've got the length with Vessar. You've got Caleb Wilson shot blocking. Stevenson gives them more length. Dixon, Trimble. I think that North Carolina actually, from a front court perspective, probably matches up as well with Duke as anybody the Blue Devils have played in quite some time. I think that, if I'm Hubert Davis, I am trying to get those guys in foul trouble as quickly as possible, and vice versa. If I'm John Shire, I am trying to prove that Patrick Ngongba can be an effective rim protector without getting fouls. I'm trying to prove that he can score inside over Vessar. He has the strength advantage, but there's a reason we keep talking about is that being the area where this game is going to be decided. It's where all the best players on the court are, and it's going to be a real treat to watch.
Yeah. How many times has Cam Boozer been in foul trouble this year? Is it one? Just one, right?
The answer for most things about Duke is, you can look at answers A, B, or C, and the answer D is always just give it to Cam Boozer.
I mean, the Michigan State which was not really a close game. That was the only time he hasn't had even 4 fouls in a game more than that, other than the Michigan State game. Like, he doesn't even get 3 fouls in a game.
It takes a lot to make Cam Boozer uncomfortable, though. And I think that the Wilson has the athletic advantage on him, which is a rarity. So can he stay in front of him? Is there going to be any grabbing? But look, Duke is physical. I think Dame Sarr is going to get some opportunities on Caleb Wilson. The chess match between Hubert Davis and John Shire in terms of managing their front courts, to me, is one of the most interesting parts about Saturday's matchup. I
can't wait. It's going to be classic. I do think these two teams. I think Duke is a better team, but I think the matchup in many ways favors North Carolina. Brendan Marks from The Athletic at Brendan R. Marks on Twitter. Sir, appreciate your time always. Enjoy part 1 of this series.
Absolutely. I always say that this game is like my Super Bowl, so 2 Super Bowls in one weekend isn't bad.
Oh, who you got in the Super Bowl?
Oh, Seahawks, easily.
Easily.
I'm a long-suffering New York Jets fan, so Sam Darnold winning one would at least give me some transitive property pride.
I don't know why. I just assumed you were smarter than to be a Jets fan. I used to be a Jets fan, Brendan. There's still time to recover.
Listen, every day in my neighborhood, and I'll leave you after this, I go for a walk, and I wear my Jets beanie, and every day I pass the same guy in the New England Patriots cap, and I'll just say, we used to say hello. In the past 2 weeks, we haven't really.
Oh, man, you hold a grudge. Good for you. I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the games.
Take care. Thanks.
You got it. Brendan Marks here from The Athletic. All right, we got one-timers. Questions and answers next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Super Bowl 60, just a couple of days away. This is the final football Friday of the season, and as we have said all week, last call for football and a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% boost, first quarter markets. Hey, you may not be able to watch the whole Super Bowl. Who are we kidding? You're watching all of it because you want to see the commercials. So today's 30% profit boost, first quarter markets, receiving yards, passing yards, rushing yards, There you go. All you got to do is opt in each day, place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
As the health director in Haywood County and a nurse here in North Carolina, I can tell you that the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline saves lives.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available.
988 Lifeline counselors are ready 24/7 to speak with you, help you cope, and get you connected to the support that is right for you.
988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Call, text, or chat 988 24/7. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
You know the only feeling sweeter than opening a college acceptance letter? Knowing that you'll be able to pay for tuition however far you go. The first step? Completing the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA for short. Find out how much money for college you qualify for. Grants, scholarships, and other opportunities are waiting. How far can you go? Find out at cfnc.org/FAFSA 101.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
PBS North Carolina premieres an all-new season of the music series Shaped by Sound, featuring 13 North Carolina artists, including Grammy winner Anthony Hamilton, Rock Band Wednesday singer-songwriter Ben Folds, and NC Music Hall of Famer Jim Lauderdale, among others. Watch as they perform in the studio and share the stories behind their songs. Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. on PBS NC or stream anytime on the free PBS app. Learn more about PBS North Carolina at pbsnc.org.
Practicing a championship way can happen 100% of every day. In the pool and when traveling highways. A law of sportsmanship includes taking the high road when going away and returning home. Buckle up your seatbelt in the front and back seats. Every seat, every time. Each time you click, it counts as a winning ticket. Demonstrate your championship drive through your safety practice. A freestyle by any measure. This message was brought to you by the Governor's Highway Safety Program of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
One Adam. Gold. One Adam. Gold.
I have his jersey.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you have any other jerseys or just a Jake Delhomme?
I got so many.
Do you really?
I go all the way back from Tim Biakabatuka.
Wow.
Yes. Cam, Luke, obviously, Smitty. So, yeah, I've got multiple. 6 or 7, maybe?
6, 7?
6, 7? 6, 7?
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. I think we should get right to one-timers. We got a lot of stuff to do. Elliot Avent will join us at the top of the hour. We'll talk a little baseball. Also,
how the Cubs want to get rid of all their good guys. Okay. Sorry.
Wow. Maybe we'll talk about the Tigers pitching staff. Tigers getting better. But I know NC State's got a whole bunch of stuff going on in baseball. And also, he knows about the Thomas family since Thayer played for him. So, plus, it's always fun to talk to Elliot. Right now, it's one-timers.
Okay, so we actually have a lot of one-timers. We could probably do a whole segment if we have time during the show. But
we can.
To pick up where we left off yesterday, you finished with J.E. Drift. He had asked what is a Super Bowl food that is overrated and also like what's your must-have. And you said what you had, but he was asking for both. So for me,
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
No,
I wasn't paying close enough attention.
It's fine. We ran out of time. So for me, I feel like for Super Bowl, it's always good to have a dip because it's all about the snacks. Like you don't need a solid foundation, even though pizza is always a go-to. But you know what I think is underrated? Pigs in a blanket or like sausage balls, like those, perfect. Just on the move. You don't really need utensils.
Right? It's always good to not need utensils.
Yes,
We'll
exactly.
have nachos tomorrow on Sunday. Yeah, Aileen will make nachos. I love nachos and wings.
I love nachos.
Aileen makes amazing nachos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's always a good one, too. And I don't know, overrated? Probably vegetables, because we don't need that. Super Bowl Sunday is not for vegetables. People put that out there.
Carrot
with your
sticks?
ranch.
Celery sticks?
Celery.
Oh, broccoli. Oh, I actually like dipping broccoli in a. I don't do ranch.
Oh, yeah.
Ranch.
Yeah.
Ranch is for 3-year-olds.
Yeah, you can keep your veggies. I don't need any of that
I like
stuff.
it. Fresh broccoli is delicious.
But, that's the wrong sounder. So next up, I'm already in cup mode. So Boris wants to know any word on Robinson. Could he be skating with the team after the break?
The hope is that he will be able to come back after the Olympic break. That is the hope. But honestly, I think the way Jesperi Kotkaniemi has played of late gives Carolina a little bit of room to not ask Eric Robinson to come back too soon. I think KK has played well, so good for him. All right, Elliot Avent next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friend Gordon Miller, Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road in Cary. I know there's a big game on Sunday, but since a Detroit team is not involved, we're not really worried about it. What we are worried about is you keeping more of your own money by not paying closing costs when you get a mortgage. If you're a first-time home buyer, you probably don't even understand how important it is to save thousands of dollars when you buy a house. Because I know a first-time home buyer, and he is blown away by how many things you are now responsible for. That's right, you simply can't call maintenance or the superintendent and have stuff fixed for you. You've got to be responsible for it yourself, and that's where saving as much money as you can, especially early on, comes in. Don't pay closing costs. Give yourself the freedom to refinance free of charge when the rates come down. But more importantly, you're just keeping more of your own money. Miller Lending on Kildare Farm Road in Cary, an equal housing lender, NMLS ID 2502146.
Breaking news. Multiply the Cash scratch-offs are here and have $1 billion in total prizes. Mike's live on the scene.
The word is out, and with so much cash up for grabs, everyone's getting in on this $1 billion. Grandma?
Out of my way, Mikey. Granny's on a roll.
You heard it here first, folks. Get in on $1 billion of wins with new Multiply the Cash from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 3.01 to 4.82. Problem gambling helpline, 877-718-5543.
It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
Leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
So crispy.
So crispy.
And juicy.
And juicy.
So much flavor.
So much.
Stop it. What are you doing?
What, you expect me to get this delicious deal and not say anything?
You're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
With a boldly seasoned leg and thigh, choice of fixin', a biscuit, and legendary iced tea, it's a deal so good it's worth repeating. So eat and repeat while it lasts. It's bow time.
It's bow time. Dine in, drive through, or tap your favorite delivery app and have Bojangles come to you. Satisfy your craving for flavor right now with Bojangles 2-piece dinner. 2 pieces of Bojangles dark meat chicken, your choice of fixin', a biscuit, and iced tea for just $6.99. That's right, just $6.99 for limited time at participating Bojangles. What are you waiting for? When you're hungry, it's always bow time.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Welcoming you back to appointment day at the Martinez house. Raul Martinez looking stressed about scheduling a colon cancer screening, but he just pledged to get screened.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
So the Patriots in victory formation. May takes the snap, drops to his left knee. And Denver can no longer stop the clock. The Broncos faithful begin to head for the exits. The Patriots fans that made the trip are on their feet. The New England Patriots, who won 4 games a year ago, go from worst to first, and now they are 90 seconds away from a Super Bowl appearance.
They're in the Super Bowl, right? I haven't gotten that wrong. It is the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. We do have a Super Bowl. We do have a little basketball game tomorrow. The Hurricanes are off for the next 3 weeks. Sounds like a perfect time to start the college baseball season if it wasn't 28 degrees outside. My gosh. And smartly, because Elliott Avent is a genius, he is taking his team to Puerto Rico next week because you should when it's 20-some-odd degrees outside. Elliott Avent joins us on the Adam Gold Show.
Yeah.
You had a long-range weather forecast. We're getting out of town next week.
I mean, Jarvie was going to go to Cabo if he's not going to the Olympics.
So, my gosh. Coach, how you doing? Ellie's supposed to join us right now.
He's on hold right now.
Oh, okay. Now let me try this. The whole thing was I don't know. We'll get it. We'll get Elliott locked and loaded right here. I know they've got scrimmages which are starting soon, and then they are headed to Puerto Rico for 3 games to get the season started. The fields have to be frozen solid at this point, but everything will always work out, man. College baseball starts probably too soon. I mean, they don't even start playing big league baseball until the very end of March, but you can't cram all of these games in before the end of the semester. I don't know how you could ever change the schedule, and teams in the North would have a huge disadvantage from teams in the South. And Elliott Avent joins us on the Adam Gold Show. Sir, you are very smartly taking your team to Puerto Rico to start. I think that is a wise decision. Did you have a long range weather forecast?
No, I just, I'm really good friends with Eduardo Perez, and I talked to him when we were in Omaha like a couple years ago.
Right.
And he just said it's a special trip. It's a great trip I'm all about educating our kids on different places in our country and obviously different places outside of our country. I think it's part of their growth while they're here. And I just thought now, obviously, it worked out good with the warm weather, although I hear we're getting warm weather next weekend. But I'm still pretty excited about going down to Ponce.
Yeah, our warm weather is different than Puerto Rico's warm weather. Elliot Avent joins us on the Adam Gold Show. There's so many things going on right now. I was saying before you joined us that we've got the Hurricanes have this break. Maybe you can convince Rod Brindamore to come out to some games.
Well, Rod Brendamore's on such a roll right now. He's got that break right now with the Olympics.
Yeah.
So maybe I can. He likes to come out here. Rod just likes all sports, and obviously we were really good friends. And what he's done with this, like what he does every year, is unbelievable. What he's done with this team. I was talking to Sean Hill the other day. You know what I'm saying? Who's
right.
Great former Carolina Hurricane, won a Stanley Cup. I think who did he win a Stanley Cup with? Montreal? Who did he win?
I think it was Montreal,
maybe?
Yeah.
I think Montreal in his first season, and he's been around a long time. He thinks this might be Rod's greatest coaching job to date.
I mean, the Hurricanes have overcome a ton of injuries, there's no doubt. And you're right, Rod loves sports. He loves all sports, and he is, no doubt about it, an NC State fan. When you marry into the Biedenbach family, your choices are limited at that point. You're either a State fan or maybe you've got, I don't know. You really don't have any other choices. I mean, he was at Asheville for a second.
Or UNC Asheville, maybe UNC Asheville. That's it.
Yeah, they don't sponsor enough sports up there. They certainly don't have hockey. All right, I want to dig into your team before I ask you about coaching Thayer Thomas, because we have Thayer's brother Drake is going to play in the Super Bowl. But I mean, how has the current state of college sports? How has it made your job more difficult? I know we focus so much on football and men's basketball, but it trickles down to other sports. So how has it made your job that much more difficult?
Oh, the difficulty is simple for me, Adam. It's like in all walks of life. I mean, you think about what motivates players, and one thing that motivates players is the love for their game. Do they really love the game? How much do they love to play? How much do they love to win? Their passion for winning, their passion for the game. But I think all I've ever tried to do here, if we can achieve a love for NC State from some of these guys who grew up not knowing, maybe Dalton Feeney in North Dakota didn't grow up really understand who NC State was. It's really simple for me. You got to get these guys to play for one another. And I don't care if it's, the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't care if it's the Seattle Seahawks. You got to get these guys to play for one another. And that's more difficult today because every year you're talking about 50-50. 50% new guys joining 50% returning players. And everybody's fighting for a job, and everybody wants to play, and trying to build harmony in the locker room, and getting these guys to want to play for one another. I think that's what it's all about. So that's where the difficulty comes. It'd be like if you take an organization that's always trading players in and out, right, as opposed to the old days in baseball when the same guys showed up at spring training every year. I think that's one of that makes it more difficult every year, but that's the only thing that's different. The players are the same. Players don't change. They're the same players today they were 45 years ago when I got into college coaching. Players do not change. They're the same people. They grew up in a different society. Mm-hmm. They grew up with many, many more options, but that's the biggest hurdle you have now is trying to get these guys to play for one another.
Elliot Avent, NC State baseball coach, is joining us. The season begins in like a week, and I know you've got scrimmages and all sorts of things going on, and I believe Media Day might be today. So if we're scooping things, how have expanded scholarships because now they allow you to basically your whole roster just about can be scholarship. How has that been good? Has it leveled the playing field across the board, or is NIL and third-party payments, is that tipping the scales one way or another?
Yeah, I think it's made it worse, Adam. I think it's made it worse. Like, they think everybody has, we have 34 players, but that doesn't mean we have 34 full scholarships.
Right.
And it's, you have a set of money that you have at your disposal to spend as you see fit, but I think it's made the playing field. I think it's divided the playing field a lot more. I think I heard Charles Barkley talk about that the other day. I got a lot of respect for Charles Barkley or anybody that's been around the game and understands the game. Nick Saban, all those guys that have been around this game and understand exactly what's going on. And I think it's divided the playing field a lot.
Elliot Avon is joining us here. I was hoping that that scholarships would have maybe lessened the impact of NIL and haves and have-nots. But obviously, while you can offer 34 full scholarships, we all know that schools don't always do exactly what every other school is doing. You had an opportunity to coach Thayer Thomas. Thayer Thomas was an exciting football player. He was a really good baseball player as well. What is it about that family? Because we're going to watch Drake Thomas in the Super Bowl, who tackles everything. What is it about that family? And you probably coached more two-way players than anybody I know.
Yeah, I've had a lot of two-way players, Adam, and the Thomas family is just an exceptional family. And as a lot of times, it starts with mom and dad.
Yep.
Just that their mom and dad just really brought those kids up and taught them how to be competitive. And when you got three boys in the family, that's going to create a little competitive spirit as well, and as they compete for everything. And I love Thayer Thomas. He's the guy I had, and he could have. Well, he was going to get drafted. Did get drafted in baseball, but that kid loves football. Football is his life. He loves football, and I think he could play in the NFL right now quite easily. He just got to get that opportunity. He works hard every day to get that opportunity. I saw him in the indoor practice facility the other day, running and trying to get quicker and faster, and he worked so hard while he was here. But obviously his little brother Lex, who just transferred to Western Carolina, I was just texting with Lex and wishing him good luck there. I told him to go get it done and go there and make his mark at Western Carolina, and he's looking for that opportunity. And it was a less of an opportunity here because of the great C.J. Bailey and what he's done here at NC State and who he is as one of the top quarterbacks in the country. And then, but you talk about Drake. I always told Thayer, and I always told Drake. Matter of fact, I texted with Drake the other day, and because he looked like he got nicked up a little bit in that last game when he came off the field. And yeah, I think he said it's not going to keep me from playing this game. I said, Drake, hell or high water could not keep you from playing in this game. But he's always been such a fierce competitor, and he's probably one of my top 5 or 6 football players that I've had the pleasure of watching and respecting and watching since I've been an NC State fan. I mean, I put Drake right up there with a lot of players from Torrey Holt or whatever, is to watch his work ethic. And he just, like you said earlier, he had a nose for the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like he always knew where the ball was at. You know what I'm saying? And he was always there. And he plays the game with such a fire and such a passion. And they always talked about he was undersized. And I'm like, yeah, but he makes plays. So there's been a lot of undersized people at certain positions, Russell Wilson being one of them, that's made quite a mark in this game. And I'm so happy for Drake and so excited for him. And I can't wait to watch the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yeah, by the way, you were the person who told me that Russell Wilson would be an NFL star. You actually thought he was better at quarterback at State than Phillip Rivers was, and Rivers was, of course, a master. Russell was an incredible player, not only for you, but also for the football program. We will close on this because you mentioned his name, Coach. How do we get Torrey Holt in the Hall of Fame?
That's simplistic. I think I think they try to. I'm not saying the Hall of Fame is political, but I think they got certain parameters and certain rules and stuff, and they probably try not to let too many wide receivers in or too many, quarterbacks or whatever, what have you. And I just think it's a matter of there's been so many great wide receivers that go in every year. You got to pick one here and one there, and it's going to happen. Obviously, everybody knows Torrey Holt is a Hall of Famer, and everybody knows that. And I think it's just a matter of when the dice fall the right way, he's automatically in, no question. It's not his numbers or it's not what he did or whether he deserves to be in. It's just I think it's about the amount you let in every year, and they probably try to ration it out to different positions, I assume. But Torrey Holt is definitely a Hall of Famer.
I mean, it's insane. Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald being in the Hall of Fame probably didn't, being on this ballot probably didn't help Torrey Holt at all. I know you're scrimmaging today. Are people allowed to come out and watch you guys scrimmage before you guys fly out to Puerto Rico?
Absolutely, and I encourage them to come out. I know the temperatures are a little bit cold, but we have a press box that'll seat about probably 30 people or so. But there are a lot of scouts here today. We're getting ready to crank it up in about 10 minutes, and we got a lot of scouts out there that they're full in the bleachers. But this is really our first scrimmage because of the weather, and we're excited. But we're going to scrimmage today, and we're going to scrimmage Sunday at the warmest part of the day, which will probably be around the 1 o'clock hour. And so you can see two full scrimmages today, starting in about 10 minutes, or Sunday, probably around 1 o'clock, if you want to get out of the house before the Super Bowl.
We all want to get out of the house. Elliott Avent, NC State baseball coach. My friend, I appreciate your time. Enjoy Puerto Rico, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, Adam, go. I always love talking to you. And one more thing. I got Jordan Stahl's quote. I'm in the locker room right now. I got Jordan Stahl's quote after that victory the other night. How about that?
He's amazing.
How about that?
Yep. And the memories that he makes, right? He's all about.
I got so much respect for that whole team, but I love Jordan Stahl.
He is a tremendous, tremendous Hurricane, and a great example for everybody. He's just incredible. Elliott Avent, I appreciate your time. I'll talk to you very soon.
Adam, good talking to you. Bye.
You got it. Elliott Avent here on the Adam Gold Show. Here's the thing. Scott Fowler, by the way, is going to join us when we come back. We're going to talk a little bit about Drake May as a kid and all that. Also, a lot of Panthers stuff. Teteroa McMillan, Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton on the ballot next year. We could literally just talk to Elliott about anything. We don't need a reason to talk to Elliott Avent. Hi, it's Thursday. Let's talk to Elliott Avent. That's good enough. We can talk about anything. When we come back, Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer on Drake May as a 10-year-old quarter. What? Yeah, we'll talk about it next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoot, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
The world's best athletes in Italy are going for the gold, and 99.9 The Fan will help you follow them for all 16 days of the Winter Games. Starting this weekend, listen for all the action from across the Atlantic. Check in often for event finals from Italy and the updated medal count as the USA takes on the world. Updates from the Winter Games on 99.9 The Fan are presented by Wake Med.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, and all week long, every single day we've been highlighting a 30% profit boost on the Super Bowl based on one area of the game that you can have fun with. Today, we're talking about the first quarter. Every day we've done something a little bit different. So, whether it's passing yards, receiving yards, rushing yards, score, everything about the first quarter is here for you in FanDuel's app, the greatest sports betting app known to mankind. FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. I think the Patriots are going to win, and I think they got off to a good start. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply. including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.com.
Folks, it's back and it's better than ever. Dennis Cox here from my friends over at Law Tigers. The Law Tigers are once again teaming up with your Carolina Hurricanes to give one lucky Caniac a custom Canes Ducati motorcycle courtesy of Art Moto Garage and Shiny Side Paint. Last time that you can enter this contest is March 29th, but don't wait, folks. Go to caniacsbike.com to enter. Again, caniacsbike.com. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend Coach Pete. Coach, I said growing up, I want like 5 people in my circle, my board of advisors. You're one of them.
Thank you.
I look up to you. And that's kind of how I should be looking at my finances. I need to get all these bad apples out, all these people, all these negative Nancys out of my friend circle. I need to be doing the same thing with my money.
Mom used to say if you had a bad apple in with the other apples, all the other apples would get bad.
That's right.
And I saw that one time. They all get rotten. So get rid of the rotten one quick and preserve your circle, as you say. The circle gets smaller as we get older, doesn't it?
Yep.
So I am in a lot of folks' circle when it comes to retirement because I do plans, and when the plans that I put in writing, they actually come true. There's no Cinderella 12 o'clock turning into a pumpkin. We don't have pumpkin plans. We have total Cinderella slipper plans. And so if you want your own plan that gives you lifetime income and puts you in control of retirement, call us right now.
919-794-7900. 919-794-7900. Or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
For your big game party, you better pop in to Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win. We've got thousands of bottles down every aisle, and prices so low they're gonna make you smile. Ask our helpful guides for a recommendation to add some wine and beer to your beverage station. Discover something new and let the fun begin. Come on down to Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win.
Drink responsibly, B21.
John Forsland here for my friends at Buffalo Brothers. You know the big game is right around the corner, and it's time to start thinking about big game parties. Don't be that guy that doesn't get the best wings in town. So order your wings today from Buffalo Brothers. Come and get Buffalo Brothers Big Game Special. 2 large pizzas and 20 wings for just $50. That's food for the whole family at more than 20% off. But remember, order today as pickup times fill up fast. Buffalo Brothers. Aw, man, now I want wings.
This is Adam Gold.
And we're going to have Seth on the show next week when he gets back from vacation. He was by a pool.
What are you doing? Get off Twitter. It's nicer to be on Twitter when you're by a pool anyway.
No, just stop engaging with people.
The Adam Gold Show.
Man, there's a lot going on connected to the Carolina Panthers and the city of Charlotte. Nobody better to talk about it with than Scott Fowler of The Observer at Scott_Fowler. What's funny is that I contacted you based on Drake May, and now we have other things to tack on to the conversation. So let's start with Drake May, because the video you put out yesterday of a 10-year-old Drake May throwing a go route on the money about 25 or so yards down the field. First of all, I'm not sure I could throw the ball 25 yards now in my 50s. But I guess it did demonstrate just how much of an incredible athlete he was at a very early age. My broader question is, how much did growing up in a family of jocks really benefit him?
Oh, a lot. I think, he was always trying to catch up, Adam, and thanks for having me, by the way. He was always trying to catch up to those 3 studs in front of him, and, they would play 2-on-2 pickup basketball and argue about who had to take Drake, when he was younger. So he was the last one. Which meant he was always playing older kids, always playing up. These videos, I would encourage people to go to my Twitter at Scott_Fowler, because I've got a couple up on there, and there's more where that came from. But some friends of mine actually taped those games. A friend of mine was the center for Drake, his very first center at like 8 years old, and his dad was into it and taped all the games. So I've got crazy Drake May video from early on, and It was no secret around here. That field was only like 10 minutes from my house. And so we knew Drake May would be special, but there's a lot of wonderful high school athletes, right, and 10-year-old athletes for that matter. And, and a lot of them flame out. And Drake May not only didn't flame out, he's in the Super Bowl in year 2. It's just stunning.
I feel seen. I feel like you just described me, Scott. I was a prolific baseball player back in the day. 5-tool baseball player, switch a whole thing. No, but because you're right. At 10 years old, there's a ton of people that were just incredible, whether it's they have a physical gift, but he's different. And he looks so much more mature as he did at Carolina. He has a maturity about him that I think is uncommon, that has to come from competing against his older brothers and everything they put him through.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to know that they're all going to make it. I did talk to Mark May earlier this week, and Luke is flying in from Japan, where he's playing overseas basketball. So that's really cool, and the other brothers are a lot closer. But anyway, they're all going to get out there for this, and it's a big May homecoming celebration. And, I mean, they've got a tough road to hoe, as Drake or Mark, anybody would tell you. They got to play a lot better offensively to stay in this game on Sunday. But Drake's come up big in a lot of big moments this year.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't count him out.
No, I don't. Actually, I think they're going to figure out a way to win this game. I really do. I've been saying it all week.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people described Drake May as a prolific basketball player. Did he have a decision to make at any point, or was it always going to be football?
I mean, I guess he had a little bit of a decision in that he was recruited. He had some ACC looks as a basketball player, but as they would say in the May family, he's the shrimp of that family, right?
Right,
I mean,
yes.
He's a mere 6'4", 225, which puts him on the smaller than everyone except his mom in height. And at 6'4", what he really was, I saw him play a little basketball. He was a really good high school player, power forward type guy. He didn't have Luke's shooting range. So I don't think there was an enormous decision to make there.
Scott Fowler is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Before we get to the other football stories that are connected to the city of Charlotte and the Panthers, because I'm not down in Charlotte, how is Charlotte really embracing this? Because he's not a Panther, even though he went to Super Bowl 50 out in Santa Clara, scene of the crime, if you will. How is Charlotte embracing Drake May?
I mean, I think, it's a one-armed hug, probably, Adam. I mean, it's not the Panthers. I guess the dream for Drake and probably for a lot of Panther fans would have been that if it had worked out, if it had been the right year, and Drake had ended up here quarterbacking his hometown team, that would have been a fairy tale. Since it's not that, and the Patriots, of course, still have some sort of residue of hate by many sports fans
from
the Belichick and Brady era, right?
Yeah.
So I think, nevertheless, I saw somewhere the other day that North Carolina is one of the few states that, like, in the betting lines, like, there's actually more money on the Patriots here than Seattle, which is unusual, I think, throughout the country. So I think there is certainly some fondness for Drake, and of course the UNC connection helps a ton. So he's not like he went off to Alabama and he just happens to be from here. I mean, he played college here too. So a lot of people know him. A lot of people, I mean, the May family is beloved. Other than the Curry family, probably they would be number 2 on the Charlotte sports royalty family list behind the Del Curry family, in my opinion. But it's close.
All right.
Close and getting closer.
That is very noteworthy. Scott Fowler of The Observer is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show at Scott_Fowler. You can see all the Drake May kid videos where he's schooling people on football fields and playgrounds everywhere. All right, real quick about Teteroa McMillan, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm not I don't follow as many rookies across the league. I don't know that there was a ton of competition for somebody who had emerged as one of the best wide receivers in the league. I mean, I'm not putting him on the a top 5 list, but maybe one of the top 15 or 20 wide receivers in the league. So I mean, he had a really good year, and I think the best thing about him is that we all know that there's a lot of room to get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this was. You'd hope that this was, and the ideal is it's the Kuechly arc, right? Kuechly was the defensive rookie of the year in 2012, and then he elevated where he was all pro 7 years in a row after that. You'd love T-Mac to get anywhere close to that, but I guess the main competition was Tyler Shuck, the New Orleans Saints quarterback. And if he had played early, Adam, and played the whole season, I think that would have been very difficult to beat a quarterback because they often have an innate advantage on these awards things. But since he didn't, the Saints made a dumb decision not to do that early. T-Mac won it in a landslide. He got 41 out of 50 first-place votes.
Yeah, look, he was great, and even he would admit that there were things during the year that he needed to get better at, and I can't wait to see how he and Bryce Young and that offense grows together. All right, Luke Kuechly goes into the Hall of Fame. The video of Julius Peppers welcoming him to the Hall of Fame is great, but everything that I've seen online over the last 12 hours. It pales in comparison to what we watched on the football field for his entire career. Because you mentioned that Kuechly was the defensive rookie of the year. He was at that point already legitimately one of the best defensive players in the sport. He stepped onto the football field essentially as an inside linebacker monster. I hate that his career was cut short, but my gosh, was he an incredible player.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. Luke Kuechly bowing out of the NFL at 28 is just really one of the great tragedies of the Panthers' existence. I mean, if you had Luke for even 3-4 more years, and inside linebackers can play into their mid-30s sometimes. But, and he honestly, and he's only 34 now, Adam, and he looks about 27. I mean, he's the second youngest Hall of Famer ever behind Gale Sayers, who also's career was cut short by injury a long, long time ago. But anyway, incredible player. I miss watching him. Glad he's very involved with the Panthers. I will say this, he's gotten a lot less buttoned up since he has, left the game, and he says a little bit more what he thinks. I really enjoy talking to him. Got a very underrated sense of humor. Funny guy, dry humor, a lot of wit. And so he's a guy I hope that'll be around Charlotte for a long time. But I just keep thinking one day he's going to be a defensive coordinator somewhere in the NFL. But I guess right now he's the defensive coordinator for the Charlotte Christian middle school team in Charlotte. So, and he seems happy. So he's happy.
He's not even the head coach, man. You got to start somewhere.
He's an assistant, but Greg Olson's the head coach. Greg Olson's alpha male. He's going to have to be the head coach.
Talk about another guy that oozes personality. Greg Olson stepped into. I still think he's, for my money, the best analyst on TV in the NFL. I'm team Greg Olson there. I love his candor. I love his personality. I love everything about Greg Olson. So Luke goes in. Next year on the ballot, Steve Smith will have another chance to get in. I'm also team Torrey Holt up here. I can't figure out why he wasn't even not an automatic go back to the finals next year. But at some point, Torrey Holt, I believe, is going to get in. But Cam Newton shows up on the ballot next year. What are your thoughts about the Hall of Fame credentials of Cam Newton?
It'll be an uphill climb for sure. He's not that he won't make it eventually. I don't think he'll make it on his first ballot for sure. Didn't win a Super Bowl. That's a big problem. Had a 3 or 4 year string where he was great. But nothing like, Drew Brees we saw go in last night. He played 20 years, and won a Super Bowl and is second in almost every passing stat. Cam is not nearly there. Now he he pioneered some things in terms of running the ball, and he's kind of like was a precursor to what Josh Allen does now. Steve Smith, same way. He's got it, honestly, like Torrey Holt needs to get in first. You got it. It's kind of like you get in order and at positions, and Torrey Holt has been waiting a long time, and, I feel like he's probably the next wide receiver to get in, I hope. I'm with you. I think he should make it. But it is hard. I mean, they're only inducting like 3 or 4 guys a year from the modern era, and every year some new guys come in.
Yep.
So it's very difficult. Kuechly didn't even make it his first year.
That also is mind-blowing to me. The good thing is for Torrey Holt, I don't believe there are any obvious they're going in wide receivers coming onto the ballot this upcoming year.
Right. Fitzgerald hurt him this year. Now Fitzgerald is gone, so now he's in. So now, better chance next year for sure.
All right, Scott Fowler, I appreciate your time. You got a pick for Duke Carolina tomorrow?
Duke Carolina. Even as a Carolina alum, I'm probably going to have to pick Duke.
Okay.
But I think it'll be a really good game, and I am going up there to the Smith Center. Would be happy to be wrong there. I think it's going to be a wonderful atmosphere, and we're looking forward to having the ACC tournament down here in Charlotte in just a month now.
And you could get more Duke versus State versus Carolina. They could, because I think all 3 of those schools, they might be the 3 best teams in the league for my money, so it should be a blast. I appreciate your time, Scott. Take care.
Always a pleasure, Adam.
All right, we have like a bonus place your bets here because we have a Super Bowl. We have to really devour the Super Bowl, but we've also got Duke Carolina and an Olympics. So that we have a separate place your bets for that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
So, are we ready to dig into Super Bowl fun?
Oh, yeah, and there's a lot of fun bets for the Super Bowl.
There are, absolutely. All right. You are free to go first.
Okay, so this one, I don't know why, I just feel this in my gut. Both teams to record an interception is plus 180.
Really?
I know. I know. So, yeah, both teams to record an interception. We got Sam Darnold and Drake May.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right, then.
I might have to put, like, real units on that one.
That would be very good. All right, then. I am going to start. Oh, God, I don't even know how to. I can't top that. I took this way too seriously. Very serious bets here. We will. How about teams to both score via the run and the pass?
Okay.
So both teams will have at least one rushing and at least one receiving touchdown. That is plus 220.
Okay.
I like that.
That's good. That's good odds. Okay, so I think whenever they do score a touchdown, this is definitely gambling. And I hate saying this guy's name because it doesn't look like it says. The Jackson Smith in Jigba, that guy. I think he will be the first one to score a touchdown in this game because he was red hot for the Seahawks. Has been anyway. And that's plus 550, so we'll go with him.
All right. There you go. We are going to go with, we have Drake May, quarterback from UNC. Mac Hollins, wide receiver, also UNC. How about a Mac Hollins anytime touchdown plus 430?
Okay. This is to solidify. I couldn't find the actual. I know that there is a very specific bet when you have a very specific score for like the Seahawks and the Patriots, how it ends.
Right.
So I took what I think it will be. If I had to guess, I would say like Seahawks 24, Patriots 13. But with that, since I couldn't find it, give me the Seahawks. I'll take the over 45.5 because, why not?
Right.
And then plus 165 is the total. So that's my, end of game. Let's see how it goes. Sam Darnold and company.
There you go. All right, I have Cooper Kupp, by the way, anytime touchdown plus 260. I think that's going to happen. I think Cooper Kupp is going to play, a pretty big factor in this Super Bowl. Let's go. I like New England on the money line. Plus 194 right now is New England to win.
Yeah.
Everybody I hear, I just don't know how they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear that, exactly.
Yeah.
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 So I trust Mike Vrabel and company to figure something out, and I think New England will play a great game. So give me New England on the money line plus 194.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Well, and if I actually go with my gut and take the under 45.5, it is plus 160. So it's basically the same money. Anybody who thinks the Seahawks is going to win, but you don't know if it's over under, you just take both because it's basically the same. It's plus 165 one direction, 160 the other. So.
All right. How many pelvic thrusts will Bad Bunny have?
Oh, well.
Over or under 2.5?
You know that the not rule is over 2. The Key and Peele skit.
That's right. before a flag gets thrown.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to keep it under 2, otherwise we're going to have a personal foul.
Rico Dowdle will tell us all about that.
Here's the thing. I actually think Bad Bunny is going to tone things like that down. He has said recently, it might have been yesterday actually at the press conference, that he really just wanted to make it a party.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to tone those things down. Will he wear a dress?
Oh, yeah, they did say that there was some kind of
Yes.
dress that he was going to wear during it. I think they posted a picture of it potentially.
I am look, I am not even going to pretend that I would know a Bad Bunny song if it was playing right now.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to pretend. It has nothing to do with that. The halftime show is not for me. Right?
Right. I mean, for me, I'm eating, so. So, whatever.
Totally understand. But it is exactly what the National Football League wants. This halftime show is about expressing to a Latin community that they want you to love them. And that's really what it is, which is why they were, for all whatever controversy there was with the selection of Bad Bunny, which to me is fake controversy. They were never backing away from it because the NFL is about one thing and one thing only, making money. And they believe that there is a market, the Latin market, and this is why they chose Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
It ain't because Robert Kraft is a huge Bad Bunny fan.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Who came out and was like, "Oh, I love Taylor Swift"? Was it Andy Reid when Tay-Tay was a part of the thing? He was like, "Yeah, I love Taylor Swift."
I wouldn't be surprised if Andy Reid liked Taylor Swift.
I mean, whether you want to or not, everyone knows the song. So, song
absolutely.
at least.
Yeah, no.
Like Bad Bunny, I feel like I know maybe ones that he's collabed with other artists. I
No
feel like
idea.
he collabs with a lot of people, but yeah, I couldn't.
No clue.
I don't think I could name a Bad Bunny song.
All right, so you're going with Seattle to win?
Yeah.
Are you laying the 4.5 points?
Ooh, yeah, I am.
Like if New England on the money line, so obviously New England plus 4.5 over 45.5.
Okay, so you're feeling the over.
Yeah, because I believe that this is the exact same thing that happened in the Seahawks-Rams game will happen in this game. In that I think that we're going to, like, if I was going to play this, I would go under in the first half.
Yeah.
And because I think they will go over the whole number in the second half. How many touchdowns, how many points were scored in, like, the fourth quarter of Seattle, Los Angeles?
That's been a trend, I almost feel, for this whole season with football teams, where it's like it takes the first half to warm up and then just floodgates in the fourth.
Patriots will win this game 27-24. That's my prediction.
All right,
Patriots win
then.
27-24.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I feel like if the Seahawks defense can kind of quiet them down, that's why I feel like it might be low. But I don't know. Who knows? That's the thing. No one really knows.
We're all just guessing.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we have more bets to place. We have limbering up to do, but we have Duke, Carolina. There are Olympics. There is we have no hockey, no NHL hockey.
We do have UFC though. They there you go.
Oh, we got that next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
You know the only feeling sweeter than opening a college acceptance letter? Knowing that you'll be able to pay for tuition however far you go. The first step? Completing the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA for short. Find out how much money for college you qualify for. Grants, scholarships, and other opportunities are waiting. How far can you go? Find out at cfnc.org/FAFSA 101.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Super Bowl 60, just a couple of days away. This is the final football Friday of the season. And as we have said all week, last call for football and a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% boost, first quarter markets. Hey, you may not be able to watch the whole Super Bowl. Who are we kidding? You're watching all of it because you want to see the commercials. So today's 30% profit boost, first quarter markets, receiving yards, passing yards, rushing yards. There you go. All you got to do is opt in each day, place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
PBS North Carolina premieres an all-new season of the music series Shaped by Sound, featuring 13 North Carolina artists, including Grammy winner Anthony Hamilton, Rock Band Wednesday singer-songwriter Ben Folds, and NC Music Hall of Famer Jim Lauderdale, among others. Watch as they perform in the studio and share the stories behind their songs. Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. on PBS NC or stream anytime on the free PBS app. Learn more about PBS North Carolina at pbsnc.org. Practicing a championship way can happen 100% of every day, in the pool and when traveling highways. A law of sportsmanship includes taking the high road when going away and returning home. Buckle up your seatbelt in the front and back seats. Every seat, every time. Each time you click it, counts as a winning ticket. Demonstrate your championship drive through your safety practice, a freestyle by any measure. This message was brought to you by the Governor's Highway Safety Program and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Sometimes the simplest steps make the biggest difference. Washing your hands often, staying home when you're sick, and talking with your health provider about vaccines.
Help keep your family protected against the flu, RSV, and COVID. Simple steps, big protection.
Defend yourself. Get vaccinated to protect you and your family from respiratory illnesses this season. Visit myspot.nc.gov to find yours today.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
This is Adam Gold.
The American Cornhole League. I don't know if you can wager on it. Let me just go to FanDuel and find out if you can wager on it.
I think I read you can get a scholarship. Kids in high school can actually get scholarships for cornholing. Who knows? I don't know what the technical term is.
I'm just not going to say anything.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. I forgot my 6-leg Super Bowl parlay.
Oh, whoa.
I'll give you that and place your bets in just a few minutes.
6 legs.
6-leg Super Bowl parlay. guaranteed to not win.
It's probably plus like 2,500, isn't it?
It's plus 79.10.
There you go.
That's what you get with a 6-leg parlay.
Hey, but there's probably a boost out there.
And but yes, absolutely. There's always a
In case
boost.
you want to not win more money.
I will.
It's fun to look at.
It's a
when
very
you,
good point.
When you click the place your bet, and it's like, whoa.
Oh, man.
This $1 could be $185.
But of course it won't.
Right.
Because it has no chance of winning. But you never know.
I know.
Better chances of this than the lottery.
True. Exactly.
Not really. It's about the same.
Yeah.
All right, let's stretch first.
You know, the one bad thing about that, though, is you can see how close you get. Because when I do those 5 or 6 leg parlays and I get all but one, I get real mad.
I do too.
What? I'd rather lose terribly.
I got mad at the Packers when they lost to the Bears in the first round of the playoffs after blowing that big lead.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were part of a 6-leg parlay.
Oh, no.
That, had I won the first of the first 5. That was the only one I lost. Had it gone to Monday, I could have hedged the bet because I had Pittsburgh as the last leg in that parlay. But had the Packers held on, I would have hedged the heck out of that bet and at least made something.
Yeah.
But no.
No, of course not.
That's why Matt LaFleur should have been fired.
Yeah, that's it. It all comes down to bets.
Yep.
That's it. I'm sure some people are feeling that way about the Rams, too, because a lot of people lost their bets for that.
Yep.
But we are not going to be the only people making bets because
No?
I don't know where the American Gaming Association said that there's going to be about a new record, about 1.76 billion with a B legal sports bets this year. So, yeah, if you feel like you're the only person or, you're dabbling, should I not? Just know that there's 1.76 billion other dollars out there hoping for the same thing. And this is all from, legal, obviously. These are just from the legal sports books, not, Tommy down the street kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure Tommy down the street has a boost as well.
Yeah, he does. So, yeah.
But it's usually a boost after the fact when you're in arrears.
Exactly.
They'll boost you all right.
Uh-huh. Yep. Him and his friend Vinny. So there's a lot of other little prop bets that we haven't even talked about. And let's see if there's a good one. Will a Patriots linebacker catch a pass?
Because Mike Vrabel was famous for catching passes.
Uh-huh. And they said it's about 94% certain this won't happen.
Right.
But I would love to see the odds for that.
Yeah, probably not.
I would love to see that. Also, I don't know if, speaking of pop culture, when it comes to Bad Bunny, there's one out there, will Patriots receiver Stephon Diggs propose to Cardi B after the game, which that's about a 9% chance because I feel like they broke up at least once or twice.
And I think recently was the last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of Bad Bunny, there's one out there. Will he have a wardrobe malfunction like the wonderful Miss Janet Jackson did during the halftime show? And that one's the opposite. It's 81% likely it will happen.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen. Is Justin Timberlake part of the show?
I know, right? Is he going to be in the crowd somewhere?
You know the Super Bowl that happened in, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do remember that. Even though I was preoccupied elsewhere, but I do remember.
I don't know. I feel like that's a story we should delve into maybe offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the one I couldn't find, I was looking at FanDuel, so I couldn't find it on FanDuel, but the color of liquid, the Gatorade that will be poured on the head coach. And it says the classic bet between orange or blue is tied at 30, but there's like purple.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know if I've ever seen red, but I know there's that like lime color too.
The classic.
So, yeah, exactly. How's that not an option?
Should be an option.
That's not an option. Who
I
knows?
would go purple.
I know. Well, that would be something I would have in Place Your Bets. However, couldn't find it.
Place your bets. Place your bets. Here we are. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal in Bushwood, sir, and I never slice.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you nothing.
All right. I'll give you my my 6-leg Super Bowl parlay in a minute.
Oh, okay.
All right. You want to go?
All right, let's do this. So, like I said, UFC is this weekend.
Yes.
In the middle of everything else. I already did my basketball bet yesterday. So, first up, let's go with Jelton Almeida versus Rizvan Kuniev. I think Almeida
Were you
will win
speaking
this
a
one.
different language just now?
Yes, that's what happens in the fight world. Love these names that I get to try to pronounce all the time. But Jelton Almeida, I know his name, and I know he's good at submissions. So I think he's going to win by submission in that one. That's plus 210.
All right. That's very good. All right, we are going to start. Duke Carolina is tomorrow. We don't have to wait till Sunday for a Super Bowl of sorts, a derby, if you will. Duke is minus 5.5. I like Carolina to win the game outright. Give me the Tar Heels on the money line plus 220.
All right. Last fight bet that I have, Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. I'm going to go with Mario Bautista in this one, and I'm going to take it by the points. It'll probably go to the judges. Never recommend doing that, but by the points, Mario plus 250.
All right. We have a dynamite football match. We have Man U and Tottenham. Not a football game, a football match. Man U at Old Trafford, home to Tottenham. Man U, both teams to score plus 149.
Oh, nice. And then this one, I didn't see this Super Bowl bet when we were doing the Super Bowl ones, but it's been the season of 2-point conversions.
Mm-hmm.
And so will there be a 2-point conversion attempt? Yes, is plus 160.
Oh, really?
I know.
Attempt?
Oh, what? Just an attempt. Plus
Oh my
160.
gosh.
Free money.
You are finding free money. All right. Because it's too long. There's 6 legs of this. We're going to get to it on the other side in place, not in place of, but before we get to the Wall of Sound, your 6-leg Super Bowl parlay coming up.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Apply stop, opt out.
Mom, can we get snacks? Unless chips are on sale for $3.99, we're in a snack drought, buddy.
Hey, remember Current? They can get us up to $750 before payday once we qualify.
Wait, $750 of our money now?
Yep, and they're even offering an extra $75 sign-up bonus right now. Set up an eligible payroll deposit and see if we qualify for an advance. No hassle, no credit checks.
Gummy worms, here we come.
Current has your back with up to $750 in paycheck advances once you qualify. And right now, get an extra $75 bonus when you set up an eligible payroll deposit. Join the millions who count on Current when it matters most. Text CREDIT to 323232 now. That's credit to 323232. CREDIT to 323232.
Paycheck advances offered by FindCo Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC insured bank. Eligibility and available amounts may vary and are subject to change at any time. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com/radio or call 1-888-851-3177 for more information.
Breaking news. Multiply the Cash scratch-offs are here and have $1 billion in total prizes? Mike's live on the scene.
The word is out, and with so much cash up for grabs, everyone's getting in on this $1 billion. Grandma?
Out of my way, Mikey. Granny's on a roll.
You heard it here first, folks. Get in on $1 billion of wins with new Multiply the Cash from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 3.01 to 4.82. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hello? I'm a Marine. It took me a long time to make this call.
If you or a veteran in your life is experiencing thoughts of suicide, dial 988, then press 1 to reach the Veterans Crisis Line.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Getting hurt in a car wreck comes with all kinds of stress and frustration. But when you call me, I'll be on top of all of it. So all you need to worry about is getting better. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
The rubber was down inbounds. The game is now over. Seahawks win.
The Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. It's their first trip to the Super Bowl in 11 years. It's a rematch with the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. They win tonight over the Rams, 31-27.
Will they do it again? Because my scenario with New England winning 27-24 would open the door for Seattle to maybe, if there's time, come back down and win it 31-27. Could they do that one more time? Could Sam Darnold get his Super Bowl? And considering that you're in a draft where Baker Mayfield went number 1, Josh Allen, the best quarterback out of that draft, went number, I think, 7. And Lamar Jackson went, was he the last player taken in the first round that year? The two best quarterbacks, the two MVP quarterbacks, have not even been to a Super Bowl yet. It would be interesting that Sam Darnold, drafted by the Jets, would make a Super Bowl before any of those other guys do, let alone win it. And I think Darnold's good enough to win it. And, we talk a lot here about the person that is Brandon Bussey, Carolina's incredible story of a number 1 goaltender. And I think there are a lot of similarities between Bussey and Darnold in terms of their personalities. Everything you read or hear about Darnold is that he's just a normal, grounded person. And you wish great things for people like that.
Yeah.
He's just a really good dude. It's funny. Baker has had this chip on his shoulder forever. He's always had a chip on his shoulder about whatever. And that's fine. It doesn't bother me. In many ways, I think it enhances his ability. But when he was talking about Carolina this year, or when he was talking about playing against the Jets, and he was still carrying a grudge against Steve Wilkes for his time as the head coach of the Panthers when Mayfield was traded from the Panthers to the Rams, when what really happened was Mayfield asked for a release, got it, and signed with Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So, but he invented that in his mind, and he still carries a grudge against the Panthers.
Big time.
Darnold was the opposite. He was like, I loved him. I loved my time there. I loved the people. But Darnold is so much more, it seems, appreciative. And I'm not saying Baker isn't. Baker just expresses himself differently than Sam does.
He does.
So I am a fan of Darnold the person, whether or not, and he's got all the talent in the world. I hope if he can put it together and win a Super Bowl, more power to him.
And that would be super impressive after, he got the Jets off of him to win a Super Bowl.
Jets and early David Tepper Panthers.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot to scrub off. Trying to think there's a Dr. Seuss book called the Shirt Spot.
Okay.
Where it's a stain on a white shirt. And the character does everything he can to get rid of the stain, and the stain does leave. But it eventually comes back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why I brought that up. All right, before we do...
Oh, you have your parlay.
Before we do the Wall of Sound, here it is. Mac Hollins, 25 or more receiving yards. That doesn't seem like a lot, right?
Right.
25 or more receiving yards. Rashid Shaheed, 25 or more receiving yards.
Former Saint.
That's right. Kenneth Walker, former Wake Forest Demon Deacon, 25 or more receiving yards. Cooper Kupp, over 3.5 receptions.
Okay.
First half, under 23.5. Game over 45.5. And that is plus 79.10.
Nice. There you go. I'm sure there's a 30% boost out there
Somebody
somewhere.
is writing. Yeah, you probably have to wait till game day for that.
Yes, that's usually when those
right
come
now on so I'm not doing it yet. Right now on FanDuel, they're doing daily boosts.
Yes.
Today's boost are first quarter things, right? If you wanted to do that, and it's cool. They're just trying to get more of your money.
Yeah. Oh, man, if you wait till day of, have you seen those, which these are just dangerous and they know what they're doing, but the ones where every time you add a leg, it boosts more with each leg? Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure, because they want you to lose.
Yes. Go ahead, make that 15-leg parlay.
I might do it.
Here you go.
College will be taken care of.
Plus $85 million.
Yeah. College, done.
Yeah.
Go wherever you want, Jack.
Exactly.
All right, let's do Wall of Sound.
The Wall of Sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
Before we start Wall of Sound, you said you had extra one-timer questions, right?
Oh, yeah. We still have a few from earlier today.
Okay, so we have the roundtable coming up in just a few minutes. After the roundtable, we'll carve out some time for more one-timer questions. So you can go to the YouTube video stream of this show. Close your eyes, but type your question into the chat right there, or you can tweet it at Victoria at V_2_the_Ictoria.
Boom. And you can participate in our poll, which I haven't said yet. So we have a poll question on our YouTube stream.
Yeah, it always helps to say it.
Right?
Always.
Which team is winning the Super Bowl this Sunday? Seattle Seahawks or the Patriots? 76% Seahawks.
Yeah.
So
that's where
we're at right now.
It's going to get more overwhelming, I would imagine.
Yeah.
By the time we get to the game. All right. In the Wall of Sound, which will be a small wall, like one of those kind of half walls. And let's start because we have a basketball game tomorrow evening in Chapel Hill. John Shire, Duke's coach, on Carolina's front court formidable trio.
they put a lot of pressure on the paint, they post up, they transition offensive boards, they get to the free throw line, and then they're also capable from three. They're a better shooting team, no question, than last year. And so I think that ability to put pressure on the paint and then space better, they have. They have two really good players, in Wilson and Visar in that front court where they can pass. They're versatile. They're versatile, so they can go inside and out. But I think that just their length and their size inside is a big strength that's different, and it's kind of the way I've known them, how we've always competed against them. I mean, it's always been that way with them having big guys inside, and they have that this year for sure.
Duke's got a star. Carolina's got a star in Caleb Wilson. What does John Shire think about Caleb Wilson?
He's a terrific talent. Seen him for a couple of years. He's really progressed. Saw him, play with Cam and Caden, on the Knight Riders team that they had for their great Peach Jam run and Peach Jam championship. Really good competitor. Obviously, he's an explosive athlete. He's dynamic. He can do a lot of different things on offense and defense. But the competitiveness, I think has been, high level, and the ability to impact winning in a bunch of different ways has been really impressive watching him on film.
All right, one more thing from last night. Post-hockey game, Rod Brindamore on not talking about the game here, but Seth Jarvis getting the call-up to Team Canada.
Oh, happy for him. I mean, I think, it's the toughest team to make in the world, that and the U.S. team. I mean, you could pick a lot of good players that get left off, so it was no snub that he didn't initially. It's just there's so many good players, and so I hate that other guys are going to miss for him to get in there, but happy that he's getting that opportunity.
Yeah, it took 2 injuries for Jarvis's name to be called. The first, Anthony Cirelli, that was covered by Sam Bennett, who was also on the Four Nations face-off team a year ago, but was not selected initially for the Olympic team. Bennett is in. And then Braden Point, center for the Tampa Bay Lightning, also a teammate of Anthony Cirelli's, he had to pull out with an injury, and Jarvis got the call, which means Connor Bedard did not, which means Mark Scheifele did not. There were a ton of possibilities for Team Canada to call, and they went with Jarvis. Did it matter that he played on the Four Nations team last year? I think that plays a role in it. I think that's why a lot of people didn't think that he would be left off this team. Same thing with Sam Bennett. They thought that Bennett would make it based on being part of the Four Nations team a year ago. Remember, Bennett, along with others, were part of the first drop of the gloves from the opening face-off fight between the United States and Canada. Very quickly about that. Have you seen the promo with John Hamm in the locker room, like pumping up the U.S. team about let's go get? Oh yeah, and they say we're going after, and whether it's Brady, I think it's Brady Tkachuk, says Canadian tears, and John Hamm was like, what did they do? And they show you like the highlights of the fight at the beginning of that game. And like they go, well, stuff. Like, wait a second. You guys initiated that.
There's text messages.
Exactly. You guys initiated it. That is absolutely misleading. Which, who cares? All right, when we come back, it's the Roundtable. 2 of our absolute favorites. We will talk Super Bowl plus Duke, Carolina, and maybe the Olympics. Next.
Questioning goalie interference calls since day one. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
It's Super Bowl week on 99.9 The Fan.
Hot dog, man!
Listen all week long as we get you ready for Sunday's big game between New England and Seattle.
May's going to run to the outside of the sideline. He's got the first down. Drake May picks up the first down, and that may be the play that sends the Patriots back to the the Super Bowl.
Inside interviews and our picks to win the Lombardi Trophy.
It's finish time.
The Big Game broadcast on 99.9 The Fan is presented by Wake Med.
We have a stacked weekend ahead, so start preparing now. I'm Victoria Vodnecker here for Blue Shark Vodka, a North Carolina business that produces the smoothest and cleanest vodka. And this weekend, we have so many things going on, like a huge Battle of the Blues basketball game, the Olympic Winter Games kickoff, and oh yeah, the Super Bowl. And whether you're hosting or going to a party or just staying in, you can't go wrong with Blue Shark Vodka. So don't wait until the last minute. Go check them out today at your local ABC store and visit their website for recipes at bluesharkvodka.com.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it, with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend Coach Pete. Coach, I said growing up, I want like 5 people in my circle, my board of advisors. You're one of them.
Thank you.
I look up to you. And that's kind of how I should be looking at my finances. I need to get all these bad apples out, all these people, all these negative Nancys out of my friend circle. I need to be doing the same thing with my money.
Mom used to say if you had a bad apple in with the other apples, all the other apples would get bad.
That's right.
And I saw that one time. They all get rotten. So get rid of the rotten one quick and preserve your circle, as you say. The circle gets smaller as we get older, doesn't it?
Yep.
So I am in a lot of folks' circle when it comes to retirement, because I do plans, and when the plans that I put in writing, they actually come true. There's no Cinderella 12 o'clock turning into a pumpkin. We don't have pumpkin plans. We have total Cinderella slipper plans. And so if you want your own plan that gives you lifetime income and puts you in control of retirement, call us right now.
919-794-7900. 919-794-7900. Or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
John Porcelain here for my friends at Buffalo Brothers. You know the big game is right around the corner, and it's time to start thinking about big game parties. Don't be that guy that doesn't get the best wings in town. So order your wings today from Buffalo Brothers. Come and get Buffalo Brothers Big Game Special. 2 large pizzas and 20 wings for just $50. That's food for the whole family at more than 20% off. But remember, order today as pickup times fill up fast. Buffalo Brothers. Oh man, now I want wings.
This is Adam Gold.
You know, soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program.
Did you notice our super bumps today?
Super.
All songs have super in them.
Oh, that's right. Super Fly. When you played song Super, I thought you were playing that for Nick Ehlers.
Oh, yeah, that would be good too.
Yeah, because he's fly.
Fly, which
Very
makes
fly.
no sense.
Incredibly fly. Speaking of fly, it's time for the Roundtable.
Camelot. It's only a model.
All right, it's an all JG show. We have Jeremy Greene, ESPN Asheville and ESPN Draft Nerd, and we have Josh Graham, Westwood1, whose Twitter handle has not changed. Still Josh Graham Radio. All right, the Josh Graham Show, which also features other people, but I don't know them. I only know Josh. Gentlemen, let's get revved up. We have a Super Bowl, so first of all, thank you to both. But before we get to the Super Bowl, let's see, we had no Torrey Holt in the Hall of Fame. We had Adam Vinatieri got that spot, the 39th most accurate field goal kicker in NFL history, got a spot over one of the greatest wide receivers we've ever seen. That makes perfect sense to me. So let me start there. How greatly, Jeremy, was Torrey Holt screwed out of a spot?
Well, for me, it wasn't just Torrey Holt. I think he was the one that I was the most angry about because I feel like we've been doing this. I didn't realize he retired in 2009. We've been doing this for a decade.
Yeah.
Where Torrey Holt's the name I keep looking at going, how is he not in?
Right.
And Adam Vinatieri, I get it. He's one of the best kickers that ever lived. He was the clutchest kicker that's ever lived.
Was he?
I kind of go back to that old sitcom line of, it's not that I don't know you're great at what you do. I just don't think what you do is worth doing.
But I think we have an assumption that because he happened to play on, one of the greatest teams ever that was always in the Super Bowl, that it was because of him. It wasn't I'm not saying that anybody would have made those kicks. I am not saying that Adam Vinatieri wasn't a great kicker. But if over the course of his career, if he's 39th on the all-time accuracy list, then I don't think he was, man, this guy's got to be in the Hall of Fame. He ain't Mariano Rivera.
Adam Vinatieri is the David Schwimmer of NFL football players. He was there with 5 really special talents, and it made people think he was special too.
All right, as I fold this question into Josh Graham, David Schwimmer was arguably the best character in Madagascar other than King Julian. The giraffe who was a hypochondriac, that was my favorite character from Madagascar. How are you, Josh?
He was not the best character in Friends, though. That's
No, he was not. He was the last, the sixth best of the Friends, right?
And by the way, what you're doing when it comes to Adam Vinatieri being 39th ranked, stop it.
Why?
You can. It's like citing Joe Namath's stats and saying Joe Namath shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. Impact matters.
Well, we could argue.
When there are 4 game-winning kicks in the history of the Super Bowl, and this guy has half of them, and what kickers say might be the most difficult kick in the history of the sport from 45 yards away in the tuck rule game in the snow, and the guy's the all-time leading scorer in NFL history, and nobody's going to come close to touching him among modern-day guys. Yeah, that guy should be in the Hall of Fame. If there are 4 other kickers in the Hall, he should be in the Hall of Fame as well. If you have gripe with those other 4, that's fine.
I don't even know who the other 4 are.
Morton Anderson's one. Lou Groza's another.
Okay, well, Groza like invented kicking. They named an award for him. Morton
and by the way, the argument you just made against Vinatieri is the same argument you could make against our beloved Torrey Holt.
I'm not making the argument against Vinatieri. I didn't say he wasn't worthy of the Hall of Fame, but
you said he was on a team that is very good, always in the Super Bowl. And what I'm saying is Torrey Holt had Kurt Warner throwing him the ball and Isaac Bruce. The guy, if you want to make a case for a receiver getting screwed, it's Steve Smith, who had Jake Delhomme and Joe Flacco throwing him the ball
first of all,
his entire career.
Kurt Warner doesn't belong within 100 miles of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What an unbelievable PR campaign. Warner was a very good quarterback. Very good quarterback. But he belongs nowhere near it. Torrey Holt was the best wide receiver on that team. Hands down.
What team?
Kurt Warner's entire candidacy for the Hall of Fame should just say, I got the Arizona Cardinals to a Super Bowl.
I know you're not talking about the Super Bowl winning team, Torrey's rookie year. It was Isaac Bruce.
No.
I don't even think Torrey Holt was wearing his proper number that year.
He was wearing 88.
Hakeem was wearing 81.
He was wearing 88 in year one. Then he became 81. Yes, as a rookie, he was not the best wide receiver. But every other year, Torrey Holt was better than Isaac Bruce.
Okay, so when you say that team, usually when
That
people
team
say
was- that team
they
was
mean the
great
team
for
that won
3
the
years.
Super Bowl, and he was not the best player on that team.
That team was great for 3 years. But that offense, even under Mike Martz, was great throughout, and Holt was, without question, the better wide receiver. His numbers are better. The only thing that Holt didn't do, I didn't want this to be all about Torrey Holt. The only thing that Holt didn't do was play longer. His numbers, his per-game numbers, dwarf Isaac Bruce. They dwarf Reggie Wayne, who is still on the ballot, and I think will ultimately get into the Hall of Fame.
Then let's find common ground on this. The problem isn't that Adam Vinatieri got in. The problem is with this new format, why are we only getting 3 and 4 respective modern-day candidates when we were used to getting 5? And then when Larry Fitzgerald gets in, you don't have a shot with the 80% voting threshold.
Right.
When you have split votes for Reggie Wayne, Steve Smith, and Torrey Holt.
Well,
That's
Holt didn't
the
get
person
enough
you should
support
be- That's
anyway.
what you should be mad at, not Adam Vinatieri. Vinatieri is deserving of getting in. It's what I always say about this Hall of Fame. Don't tell me who shouldn't be in.
Right.
Tell me, or don't tell me who should be in. Tell me who shouldn't. Vinatieri's deserving. So is Torrey Holt. There should be more slots.
There should be.
I agree with everything he just said. I just find it funny that the Football Hall of Fame has become the exact antonym of the Baseball Hall of Fame, which every year we go, do any of these guys actually belong in? And in football, we go, we don't have enough places. Can we steal 4 from baseball every year?
Well, it used to be, and I know the voting has changed a little bit. Now we have different committees. But it used to be that at least 4 and no more than 7 could get in. And we shouldn't have a limit. You should, like, if in baseball you can only vote for 10, which that seems like a lot. Nobody ever, well, I shouldn't say nobody ever. A lot of people vote for 10, but most people who vote don't in the Baseball Hall of Fame. In football, I know now that they've altered how many can get in off this committee versus this committee. So they're putting 5 in. I'm just saying that Torrey Holt's impact, again, he just didn't play long enough. Had he played another, if he had Reggie Wayne's length of career, then he would have been in 8 years ago. Let's move on to the actual football game. I didn't think we would go crazy there, but that's fun. I'll go back to you, Josh. Is this the foregone conclusion that people think it is?
No. It's strange how this entire week has been, oh, Seattle's going to win this game in a walk. I think it's important to remember that Seattle had a tremendous advantage by getting a bye in the playoffs that the Patriots did not. When you look at the format of 14 teams making the NFL playoffs and 1 team per conference getting a bye, I think every year but one, there's been at least 1 team with the bye getting there. And in one instance, both of them met in the Super Bowl. Seattle did not have any weather conditions to play through. So a really strong team looked just that, and they were granted the greatest possible matchups they can get that they earn being the top seed. The Patriots had to play on the road. The Patriots had to play in 20-degree temperatures. So when the offense didn't look all that great, the defense has been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are using that a little bit too strongly against Drake May and company. And when he plays in Santa Clara and the weather conditions are going to be mid-70s, I think people are going to look at the New England offense and say, that doesn't look like the offense we've watched over the last month. And we probably should expect that, considering the conditions are going to be a lot better for them to play in.
Jeremy, what say you about the game?
This has been a fun week for me because I am the card-carrying president of the Sam Darnold I Told You So Club. I actually have a Sam Darnold tattoo on the line Sunday.
No.
Oh, I'm 100% doing it. The Rex Ryan tattoo he had of his wife, I'm going to get that with a Sam Darnold jersey. if
my gosh.
Sam wins. I've already booked it. There's a tattoo artist waiting on me Monday if this happens, with Sam holding the trophy, and underneath it says Sammy D MVP. So I am a huge Sam Darnold apologist.
Okay.
Which is why I feel like no one is better qualified to go, can we pump the brakes on this as a foregone conclusion more than me? Because I feel like we're conveniently forgetting that we have two quarterbacks here that we have absolutely no idea how they're going to react to this stage because they've never been here before. I watched Rich Gannon be the MVP of the league, show up in the Super Bowl and throw 5 interceptions and honestly look like he didn't know what a football was. It's very possible that either one of these guys could do that. I saw Drake May at Carolina. They didn't have a ton of big games, but I remember one against Miami where he looked allergic to his own players. I won't be shocked with anything that happens. I got completely duped last year. I thought Jalen Hurts was a weak quarterback. I thought that defense propped them up. They came in the Super Bowl, and they absolutely mushed Kansas City's face. This year, I'm not going to fall for that. Seattle is better at every position. There are 2 big pivot points in every game, your head coach and your quarterback. We have 4 completely unknown quantities between the 2 head coaches and the 2 quarterbacks. I think Seattle will win. I think New England will be very close and will have a chance to win. I don't think it's a blowout. I think the defenses will be good. More points will be scored than you think.
Yep.
And with 5 minutes to go, we're not going to know who's winning this game.
I agree with all of that, including the unknowns. But I do think we have more knowns than maybe you let on, Jeremy, because I do think we learned something. I'm not saying that the first round of the playoffs or for Seattle, so the divisional round or the conference championship round, it's not the same as the Super Bowl, but I would argue that there's more pressure in the conference championship just to get to a Super Bowl than there is actually in the Super Bowl. And I think Darnold played maybe his best game as a pro against the Rams.
Darnold was incredible in the NFC Championship game.
I think you learn about that.
I had to watch that on the saddest television in the history of time, snowed in Dallas, Texas at the Shrine Bowl, which I thought was God karma of going, you have loved this forever, and you get to watch this on a 12-inch television.
But, Adam, it's about figuring out what sample you value more. No one's denying that Sam Darnold has been a lot better in these playoffs, namely that NFC Championship game that he was great. But if you watch the whole season, Sam Darnold wasn't great the first half of the year. I mean, he led the league in turnovers this year among all quarterbacks.
That's Sam Darnold.
Drake May, in my opinion, should have won the MVP last night. So it's dependent on what sample you value. I value the larger sample and recognizing the context also about the conditions.
I'm not
that Drake
arguing. First of all, I'm on record. I'm picking the Patriots to win the game. I think both quarterbacks are whoever plays better is likely going to tip the scales in their favor, and I think this will be a close game. But I think the Patriots are going to win.
Can I tell you what Super Bowl this reminds me of, actually? This is the first San Francisco Kansas City Super Bowl where San Francisco had the better team. They were favored. They had a quarterback they didn't really need a lot from. Jimmy Garoppolo attempted, I think, 8 passes in the NFC Championship, and they were up 10 points in the fourth quarter. They were the better team, but then Patrick Mahomes converts on a 4th and 16 and scores 2 touchdowns in the last 10 minutes, and then we learned that night, Patrick Mahomes is him. Yeah. He's that guy. Drake May might have that opportunity Sunday. People say there aren't any stars in this Super Bowl. It might be one of those games where Drake May has to put it on the table, so to speak, and we learn that, a star emerged. This is where stars are born, the Super Bowl, and Drake May might be the next one if he's able to do what Patrick Mahomes did that night.
Yeah, I mean, I think I love Mike Vrabel as a coach. I think we're all going to love Mike McDonald as a coach over time as well, and he's obviously done a great job. It's clear Seattle is, in terms of every metric you would look at, they're the best team. But it's just a game. It doesn't matter what your credentials say. This is just a football game. And I think the New England Patriots have proven over the season that they can win in a lot of different ways. They can outscore teams, and I do think we're going to have, I like the first half under and the overall over in this game. I think we're not going to have a ton of points in the first half, but I do believe that when we get to the fourth quarter, it's going to be who has the ball last. And if that's the Patriots, I think they'll win. If that's the Seahawks, I think they'll win. But I am picking the Patriots to win. Let me get to another. The whole MVP thing, I think it could have gone to either guy. I got zero problem with Matt Stafford winning. The whole parsing of in the 6 common opponents and against these teams, and nah, man, they could have both won it. The one problem I do have is the person who voted for Justin Herbert. What are we doing? Even if you recognize that Justin Herbert had a stacked deck against him, you can vote for him for second or third. You don't have to vote him 1, which was super silly, but it is what it is. Who's winning Duke, Carolina, Jeremy?
Maybe I'm a homer. I think Caleb Wilson's the best player in that game. I think he's the best player I've seen at Carolina since probably Tyler Hansbrough. And there's just something about this rivalry that you look at. I mean, Duke's a better team. I know that. I just think there's something about Carolina in this rivalry with that kid. I'm taking Carolina. Maybe I'm being snowed by the fact that I've watched 8 just be an absolute dog.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this Carolina team. And again, maybe it's my own bias. I like this team. It's the first one I've seen in a long time that feels like they feel like a team. It's not just, yes, they have the better player. They haven't had a player like that in a long time. But it feels like they go 7-8 deep. And, when we go to the bench, it's not, oh, good Lord, can we please keep this 10-point lead while the guys off the bench get run off the floor for the next 4 minutes. I actually think they can contend with Duke, and the fact it's in the Dean Dome, I'll take Carolina.
All right, Josh, who you got?
I like Carolina too,
because
I think North Carolina built a roster with Duke in mind. The way that John Shire's built his Duke teams have been with a ton of size, and North Carolina didn't match up, as we know, with that last year. So they have a ton of it, and Caleb Wilson all of his energy is not going to be spent defensively on Cameron Boozer because he doesn't have to do that. You can throw Jaron Stevenson. You can throw a double featuring Seth Trimble and Stevenson if you like a different look. Maybe Henry Vasar at points. And that's going to open up what Caleb can do offensively in this game. The fact that they're at home, that makes an impact as well. I just can't get past, okay, who are your top 3 guys? And for North Carolina, it's Vasar, it's Wilson, it's Seth Trimble. For Duke, it's Cameron Boozer, it's Pat Gamba, it's Isaiah Evans. I think that's close to a wash, what you're going to get with those 3 players head-to-head. And generally, what do we know? Especially when it's a hostile environment, the ancillary parts generally show up better on your home court than when you're on the road. So I think it's the guys like a Derek Dixon or a Kyan Evans who are going to make a difference in this game and hit some shots in a way that the Dame Sars of the world and the Darren Harrises of the world will not.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see a Darren Harris appearance at all unless Duke is desperately seeking a 3-point solution to whatever's ailing them.
Maybe Nick Kamenya and his haircut.
Nick Kamenya has to play well for Duke. I think it's a must because they've got to find offense from places that aren't named Boozer and Evans. I think Gongba will give them offense, but I don't think he's going to give them a monster game. He'll give them, 10 and 10, which is what he generally does. The way I look at, and I am also picking North Carolina in this game.
Oh man!
But yeah, I know.
Here we go.
But it has nothing to do with the venue. I don't think the venue ever matters in this game ever. I just think that Carolina in the backcourt right now has a little too much quickness for Duke, and where I seeing more from Caleb Foster and or Caden Boozer at point, because they're going to run their offense through Cam, They're not going to run it through Foster or Caden. They're going to run it through Cam. But if I had seen a little bit more, I can break you down and create offense off the dribble, then I would be more apt to say Duke's just a better team. I do think that Duke's defense, if Duke wins this game, it will because their defense owned UNC. That will be, and their team defense is next level good. It's way better than Carolina's. But I think Carolina, with Wilson's athleticism, I think he'll guard Boozer a little bit, but I don't think he'll guard him a lot. I think this game will be won, if it's Duke, on how they guard Wilson more than anything else. And yes, I am
Victoria,
picking the say again.
Circle it. Circle this, Victoria. Make sure we run it back Monday. All of us saying North Carolina is going to win this game.
And I'm the only one who's taking Duke.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey!
Exactly.
That might save us. That might save us.
All right. I guess I don't think do I have anything? I don't think I have anything left. All right. We'll talk Olympics next time.
Oh,
is
you
Lindsey
don't want to talk about the skiing?
Is Lindsey Vonn going to be on the podium?
Sure.
Okay. You like her even with the ruptured ACL?
I mean,
I love how she does what she does.
Yeah, I mean,
Well done.
she's becoming, in
Well
a way,
done,
some have compared her to like a female Derek Jeter in that she has a great like list of X's that's impressive, like PK Subban, and I think there was like a thing briefly with JJ Watt, or maybe she just made him blush.
Are you just forgetting Tiger Woods? Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to get there. Like, she has an impressive list of X's. I don't know if she gives gift baskets, though. I don't know.
Okay.
My philosophy with the Olympics is the same that mine was with physics. If West Virginia University wanted me to know physics, they wouldn't have scheduled that class at 8 a.m. on Mondays. If the Olympics really wanted me to watch it, they wouldn't schedule it during the draft every 4 years.
I got you. Josh Graham, Jeremy Greene, thank you very much, gentlemen. Enjoy the weekend to end all weekends. Duke, Carolina Saturday, the Super Bowl on Sunday. Guys, it's been fun. I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Josh Graham, Westwood One, Jeremy Greene, ESPN Asheville. Did what happened, what I think happened just happened? Did Josh and I agree on the Patriots and North Carolina?
You did. You did.
Oh, I need a moment.
What's the place your bets for that happening?
I need a moment. All right. We have to take a break. When we come back, we will have time, a bonus round of what we call it one-timers, questions and answers. You can get into the YouTube chat right now if you want. A bonus round of one-timers next.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
Practicing a championship way can happen 100% of every day, in the pool and when traveling highways. A law of sportsmanship includes taking the high road when going away and returning home. Buckle up your seatbelt in the front and back seats. Every seat, every time. Each time you click it counts as a winning ticket. Demonstrate your championship drive through your safety practice, a freestyle by any measure. This message was brought to you by the Governor's Highway Safety Program and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
You know the only feeling sweeter than opening a college acceptance letter? Knowing that you'll be able to pay for tuition however far you go. The first step? Completing the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA for short. Find out how much money for college you qualify for. Grants, scholarships, and other opportunities are waiting. How far can you go? Find out at cfnc.org/FAFSA101.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public Power Systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
PBS North Carolina premieres an all-new season of the music series Shaped by Sound, featuring 13 North Carolina artists, including Grammy winner Anthony Hamilton, Rock Band Wednesday singer-songwriter Ben Folds, and NC Music Hall of Famer Jim Lauderdale, among others. Watch as they perform in the studio and share the stories behind their songs. Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. on PBS NC or stream anytime on the free PBS app. Learn more about PBS North Carolina at pbsnc.org.
I had questions about my child's vaccines, so I got real answers from her doctor because we share the same goal, keeping her healthy and strong. Her doctor told me that keeping up with childhood vaccines, getting them at the recommended ages and sometimes together, is a proven way to protect her from serious illnesses, ones that can be prevented with vaccines. Have questions? Get real answers. Talk to your doctor. Visit vaccinesforkids.nc.gov. Paid for by NCDHHS.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go! Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/
the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Adam Gold.
I told Tim, who does the afternoon show, I said, I'm about to turn this game around. We need Cheez-Its. So I went to go get magical Lucky Cheez-Its, and guess what? Boom. Period 2. Tied it up. And then at the end of the game, I still had like 8 Cheez-Its in the cup left, and I said, Lucky Cheez-Its.
There you go.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. We're going to do a bonus round of one-timers in a minute, questions and answers. If you want to jump in, you can get to the YouTube, and we stream every day from noon to 3 Eastern time. So if you happen to be in, I don't know, Dublin.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe. We've had Australians listen in before.
Well, like on the Canes Corner podcast, we are fully on almost every continent.
Nice.
We've had Bogota, Colombia. We have Australia all the time. A lot of people from Europe, Kazakhstan, Japan. We're everywhere.
Wow.
So, yes, exactly. So, by all means, if you want to join in, you can. Just go to the YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99 on the Fan. Either way, and you can put your question right there in the chat, or you can reach out on Twitter.
Oh, and for anyone who doesn't know, because we do it at in the 12 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we just 12:45, 12:50.
Yes, in case anyone can't listen then, but they're listening now, that's just where we have random questions. It doesn't always have to be about sports. So
it can be about anything.
Absolutely. Food, holidays, clothes, I don't know. Music,
we can do anything.
Oh, I love music ones.
Absolutely. All right, before we get to one-timers, Lindsey Vonn, on Friday, I now have read enough about it. I know exactly when this happened. On Friday, at a World Cup downhill event, she crashed and suffered a ruptured ACL in her left knee. She insists that she is going to compete in the downhill, which is her specialty. I think she will also do Super G. She's going to compete in the downhill at the Olympics, and the women's downhill is Saturday. So yesterday they had a training run that was canceled. Today they had a training run that went off, and she completed her training run. Now, what I didn't realize before this, She has won this year at age 41, coming back after being away from the sport for, 8 years, however long she's been away. And she was a favorite to be on the podium. Not necessarily get a gold medal, but she was a favorite to podium. Top 3 finish. Her training run today, it looked normal. And as it turned out, because I saw the list of all the training runs, she had the 11th of, I think there was like 47 racers. She had the 11th best training run, which I'm not sure what the significance is of that, since in many cases, these racers are just trying to get a feel for what the course is going to be. So even, like I saw, a couple of the favorites were about the same place she was. So I don't know what to make of just over a minute 40. But 11th. Pretty respectable considering she's only got one functioning ACL.
Yes.
But the only reason I'm bringing this up is this. Because one of the TV networks posted her run. And there are people throwing shade at her.
What? Haters?
Oh, yeah. Athletic achievement is, we should be, amazed at this. This is not AI. This is Lindsey Vonn going down the women's downhill run with one ACL.
At 41.
At 41 after being away from the sport for however long until this year. All right. So a doctor chimes in. Very important aspect of this we do not know. What was the state of her ACL before the crash last week? What she is doing now would not be nearly as surprising in an elite athlete whose knee was already functioning like the ACL was torn at the baseline. He goes on to basically go, what about? And Lindsey Vonn responds, LOL, thanks, Doc. My ACL was fully functioning until last Friday. Just because it seems impossible to you doesn't mean it's not possible. And yes, my ACL is 100% ruptured. Not 80%, not 50%. It's 100% gone. And then he was like trying to ask her other questions. So take the 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Just take the 0.
Own it.
My bad, Lindsay. My bad. What you're doing is amazing. Why can't we just accept that some people are just different?
Elite. Wow. Doc.
And I say this, I ain't even a huge Lindsey Vonn fan. I think what she's doing is amazing.
Yeah.
But I've never been like, head over heels for Lindsey Vonn. This is amazing.
Wow.
I hope she wins. All right, are we ready for one-timer? By the way, she won't win. I'll give you your two. I'll give you your two winners. Men's downhills tomorrow. We're going with Giovanni Francione, who just won the Kitzbühel downhill last week or the week before, one of the toughest ones on the World Cup circuit to win, Italian. And for the women, Saturday, Nicole Delago. I'm going with Italians for both.
Okay.
The Giovanni is plus 750. Nicole is plus 4,000 if you wanted to wager. All right.
There you go.
One-timers.
Okay. First up, we've got from Jennifer. Who do you believe will win the Olympics for hockey? Now, it doesn't say men or women's, so
right.
You pick, I guess. Or both.
USA will win the women's. Gosh, they destroyed Canada in that series this year. 4 matches. Crushed them all 4 times. There will be a lot of pressure to win the gold medal match, by the way, because that's something that the U.S. hasn't necessarily been able to get over. U.S. will win women's. Canada will win men's for the 3rd consecutive Olympics with NHL players. They won it in 10, they won it in 14, and this is the first time that the NHLers will have been back. They're just too good. The only way they won't is if they do not get good goaltending. They don't even need great goaltending. They just need good goaltending. As long as they get that, I think they'll win the gold. But I think the more interesting discussion is who wins bronze. I'm going with Czechia for bronze.
Oh.
Going with Czechia.
Look at that.
Go Martin Necas and David Pastrnak. and whoever else is on that team.
We know that name.
Yes.
So next up from Justin, if we go after O'Reilly, then what realistically do the Canes have to give up?
I don't think it would be all that much. I think it'll be it might cost you a legit prospect. I don't know if it cost you Bradley Nadeau or not. It might. But I think if it cost you Nadeau, it won't cost you a first. It'll cost Nadeau and maybe a middle round pick, more than Nadeau and a first. But it also depends on whether or not Nashville feels like they're still in the race. And right now, they do. So that's why anything for a team like Nashville or a team like Columbus, who's just a few points out of a playoff spot, we're going to have to wait until the deadline to determine just how realistic playoffs are for either team. But, yeah, I don't think they'll have to give up a ton to get Ryan O'Reilly.
Well, speaking of O'Reilly, this one from WM, if you could only bring in one, Trocheck, Coyle, or O'Reilly, who fits our needs best?
Ryan O'Reilly is the better of all three players. A proven Stanley Cup performer. I know he's lefty, but you deal with it. Great net front guy. Only 1 year left in a contract, but I don't think it matters that much. I mean, we'd love to have Trocheck here. But Ryan O'Reilly would be my first choice. And actually, I would go Charlie Coyle second ahead of Vincent Trocheck.
Yeah. Well, we might only be able to get to one from Smart Charlie. He wants to know, has PK had his surgery, and is he still projected to miss the playoffs?
I assume he's had his surgery. I think he has. Yeah, he's not coming back this year. It was a hip surgery. It's going to take a while. He'll be ready to go by training camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we actually have time for the second one. So are the top three roster needs for the Hurricanes a second-line center, depth goalie, and depth D-man?
The other order. Second-line center first, but I think depth D-man first. Remember a real problem for Carolina in the playoffs last year. And I say this knowing that I love Joel Nystrom. I love him. But I don't want Carolina to have to go to Joel Nystrom in the playoffs this year. And frankly, I like Mike Riley. I would like a right-handed, more physical option as a depth defender. But I will just say this organization hasn't done that. A lot of other teams will go out and just add 2 depth D-men going into the playoffs, knowing that you're going to need him. They have not looked at it that way, so I do not anticipate them doing that. But I do think that they are looking for an upgrade at center. Whether or not they're willing to do it or not, given the prices, I have no idea. Victoria, thank you very much. Enjoy the Super Bowl. She's got the Seahawks. I've got the Patriots. See everybody next week.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
Leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
So crispy.
So crispy.
And juicy.
And juicy.
So much flavor.
So much.
Stop it. What are you doing?
What, you expect me to get this delicious deal and not say anything?
You're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
With a boldly seasoned leg and thigh, choice of fixin', a biscuit, and legendary iced tea, it's a deal so good it's worth repeating. So eat and repeat while it lasts. It's bow time.
It's bow time. Dine in, drive through, or tap your favorite delivery app and have Bojangles come to you. Satisfy your craving for flavor right now with Bojangles 2-piece